Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a warm welcome to the hosts of the SWA Happy Hour, Dom and Chris.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? It is me, one half of the Dom and Chris show, because Dom is probably taking a sick day. He might drop in, but it's highly unlikely. He was too ill to do his show Tuesday. Did not feel particularly better on Wednesday, and today trying, I think, to get caught up with work. I didn't actually talk to him today, so other than the text this morning's like, yeah, I'm for sure not coming. So we don't expect Dom tonight. However, we may have another guest drop by. We may not. We'll have to just see. We're going to play it by ear, but I got stuff planned, and we're going to do our usual Thursday night happy hour stuff. So hello to everybody here. Working on getting some of the tech rolling here. And I'll remind everybody, we're going to be in Dom's chat tonight, even though he's not here. But it's just easier for me because I can send people over, pin a message in my chat and send them over there, but I can't pin a message in his chat, really. And it's his turn anyway. So that's how we're going to handle that. So be over in Dom's chat. It looks like most of you already are, so that's fantastic. And let's take a few minutes and say hi to people as we're coming in. I see that the real Justine Kasprick is here, so it's always good to have an adult in the room. Good to see you. The Dog Paw Wolf, good to see you. Camellia from Down Under, fantastic. Good to see you. And we clearly have some folks lurking, so you have the opportunity to come out and say hi and then go back to lurking, or you can continue to lurk. But we like our lurkers long time. As I mentioned last week, I am working on some projects, and so I'm doing more lurking than I usually do because I just can't be in the chat and run the high gauntlet and all that kind of stuff, because then I want to hang out and chat with everybody, and that is counterproductive. So not doing that. And I will mention tonight our guest artist is Blue Gubrious. Now, I know Dogpaw knows Blue Gubrious well. Some of you other folks may not, but he's an OG in the community. Been around a long time on the Hippie Show. Fantastic musician, really a great guitar player. Really like his music, and I think you folks will too. So you'll get a heavy dose of Blue Gubrious tonight. And I'll share his name is an actual word, but he changed like a couple of the letters up front. So look that up, and then you'll get a little insight as to how he thinks. But he clued us in as how he got his handle, and it's quite clever. So there's your little Google assignment while we're getting warmed up tonight. But there's Michael Songs. Good to see you. There's a lurker. We like lurking. And Dogpaw saying hi to everybody. Your sound is a bit crackly. Uh-oh. How crackly? Because I'm probably going to play a little bit live tonight, because that's part of what we're going to go over is the setup. Okay, so it says I've got audio issues. All right, that usually means I got to go out of the studio and come back in. So stand by. I'll be back in a moment. Well, I'm going to say this. If for some reason it kills the stream, and I don't know that it will, but if me getting out of the studio kills the stream, then I'll start a new stream. But yeah, we can't, nobody wants to listen to me crackle all night long. It's clipping. Okay, yeah, that's an indicator that, and I hate it when it does this, but that's an indicator that StreamYard is doing something goofy. So I'm out. I'll be back, or I'll start a new stream. So you'll know momentarily. And we're back. How's it? It sounds a little better to me right now. So tell me if that's true on your guys' end too. So that was a quick in and out. So yeah, let me know in the chat if this is working better or what's going on. And while I'm waiting for a little feedback from the crew, sounds much better. Yeah, that is one of the weirdnesses of StreamYard. And we figured out you drop out, you come back in, and it resets or does something. I don't know. We may be moving to another thing. I mean, it's kind of, Dom and I have talked about it a little bit, and we're exploring UV Mux and a couple other ones. But okay, hello Jade, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but the vagaries of live streaming, you just never know what's going to happen. So, all right. So, wolves all around. So, as I was saying before, StreamYard was rude with the audio, is a lot of stuff on tap this week, a lot of stuff going on, and we'll get to all that kind of stuff. One of the things that I will talk about tonight, because it's coming up fairly frequently, is the subject of live streaming, and I'll kind of share how Dom and I are set up to do it. And of course, he plays every Tuesday. We do the show on Thursday, and then both of us do GMAs on Saturday. Both of us drop into indies on Fridays fairly regularly. We've been on other shows too. And by and large, our sound as we play is pretty strong. So kind of share what we do setup-wise in case some of you folks are interested in that, or I know a lot of you already do it, and it's like, I know that. But we do have some new people, and the questions have come up fairly frequently in the last probably 4 or 5 shows. So I'll spend some time talking about that. But what happened today? I dropped in on Jade and Pete a little bit today. I couldn't stay but for a minute. And I'll just say this about that. You know, I don't ever talk about politics on the show or anything. I'll be glad when our election's over, because it's consuming the world. I mean, they spent much of the time that I was there talking about our election, and this is 2 people who live in Australia, and it's seemingly sucking up all the air and the bandwidth and everything. And you know, no matter who you want to win, 51% of the people in this country are going to be happy and 49% are not going to be. And then we'll have whoever we have for 4 years, and then we'll do it all over again. It doesn't affect your daily life that much, folks. And I'm just saying, don't be consumed by it. So anyway, well, that's it. It is, if we allow it to be. You know, it's nasty and all that kind of stuff. But in U.S. politics, that's been going on forever. I mean, they depicted Abraham Lincoln, you know, what generally regarded as one of our greatest presidents. He was depicted by the newspapers of the time and his opponents as an ape, a simian in a tree. And so nasty politics is nothing new here. And again, at the end of the day, somebody's going to go in that office and they'll be there for 4 years, maybe 8 years, and then they go away, and that's it. And then somebody else comes in. So, yeah, that's what I hear. And I know this because I'm trying to watch the hockey games and everything, and they keep shoving political ads in. And I don't know why they think us sports ball guys care about that. But anyway, I'll be glad when it's over. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, I certainly have an opinion. I will vote. I know how I'm going to go and issues that are important to me, but, I'm not thinking about it 24/7. There he is. Dom, how you feeling, buddy? Yeah, lurking from bed. Yeah, poor Dom had a pretty good case of the flu, so he was really feeling crappy Tuesday, and I don't think he was doing a whole lot better yesterday. So get feeling better, Dom Father, and hopefully I'll see you Saturday. Yeah, 2 weeks, isn't that? I mean, this has been going on damn near 2 years, but we're a big country and we got a lot of people, and I'll just point out, the whole world focuses on us. Like it or not, America's in a leadership position, so everybody focuses on it. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about politics tonight. But since we've got that out of the way, let me take a few moments to tell you about Jesus. No, I'm kidding. We're not talking about that either. We're not talking about any of that kind of stuff. Again, it's the happy hour. You're in your local bar. We ain't talking about politics. We ain't talking about religion. We're not talking about, and it's not even controversial, just stuff that, if you got better things to talk about when you're sitting around in a bar having a good time with your friends. And that's what we're doing tonight. So, yeah, there you go. You know Dom feels bad when he can't hoist a pint or two. So that's not good. Well. Again, if people, I will let you know when you should take me seriously, and that is almost none of the time. You've been here before, right? So. There's Dom's down there. Yeah, I just changed the backdrop just for something different, and yeah, it's me and me, which is, I may have to change that in a minute because I don't want to look at me all night. But that's what we've got tonight. I'm going to be, we'll just see how chatty I am all by myself. Although I did mention that maybe somebody will stop by at 11 o'clock Eastern. I believe. Maybe not, but yeah, the way I like it. That's right. No Dom. It's just the Chris channel. Although we're in your chat, as you've, I'm sure, figured out. Because it's your turn, and that's how we do things. Even Steven. So yeah, okay, yeah, I'm tired of that backdrop, so I'm going to change it right now. Let's go to a different one. Let's go to my usual. No, actually, let's go to a different bar. Let's go to this bar. Let's hang out at this bar tonight. There you go. Did I ruin the magic that I'm not really in a bar? I hope I didn't ruin the magic for you folks. But yeah, I'm glad that the time change happened because now I can at least catch part of Jade's show. And then when our time zone rolls over, then it's 2 hours and then I can catch all of it again. So I hate during the summer because I've either got to watch the replay or I catch 10 minutes of the show. That's it. And just because of my work schedule and when I go to pick up my wife. So I'm very happy that I get at least 40 minutes of it now, and you should get the full show going forward here when we change in sometime in November. Oh, you're getting some fan mail there. Don't call me Steven. There you go. I had a thought and I just lost it. Okay. Because we're old, we have to talk about health updates. Like you heard last week, I don't have a tumor, nothing going on like that. Eye is just going to be goofy for the foreseeable future. And some days it's better than others. Today it was not great. It doesn't help that in the morning when I drive my wife to work, the morning sun is coming in, beating directly in that left eye. That's not great. That doesn't start off my day well. But I've gotten used to it, and as long as I don't have to really look at my fretting hand and see 10 figures in 2 fingerboards, then it's not so bad. But that's what's going on with that. Other than that, that segues into my next thing. You know, a lot of people in the community have been trying to take better care of themselves. Jade has started this whole walk with me thing. She's done it for over a year, lost some weight, feeling a little bit better. Hippie has really transformed himself. Got really serious about his diet, and I think, what did Jeff lose? 50 pounds? I mean, it was a lot. I don't remember exactly what it was. Help me out in the chat if you guys remember exactly, but it was a lot. He sliced off a big chunk of Jeff, so he is a lot less heavy metal hippie. So, and I've been doing the same thing. I was really lazy this last year, and my wife and I, when we were doing some hiking and everything, we're looking at each other going, God, we're not hiking as well as we used to even last year. We need to get serious about it. So I went and changed up my diet a little bit, and I'm not full on like Jeff. I mean, I eat salad all the time, and I still eat some carbs, not a lot. But sugar's out, and I'm eating just a higher protein diet and hitting the dumbbells every day. And with my fabulous, I mean, don't I look like I have a body for yoga? But I'm doing yoga, and just for the flexibility. And, you know, a lot of those yoga positions require a lot of strength and a lot of balance. So it's been very good for me. But being a big ex-football player, ex-hockey player, man, I'm doing yoga and I'm huffing and puffing because, you know, those are positions I'm not used to being in. So it's been interesting, but I already knocked off 7 pounds just, you know, in less than 2 weeks. So getting a little benefit from it. So, and video season is coming up. I've got some new songs and I'll have some new videos, and I don't want to look like a fat ass in my own videos. So I'm getting after it a little bit. Yeah, and Dogpaw's full carnivore. Jeff is full carnivore. It doesn't totally work for me. I did it for a little bit, and I just didn't feel that well. So I'm a long ways down that way, but not 100%. Well, yeah, I'm doing it in my own living room to a video, so there's no chicks there. My wife works out upstairs, so yeah, yoga is fantastic. You know, it's just a good for, and I have very good flexibility because I did gymnastics too when I was in high school, and yeah, I'm not as flexible as I once was. Shocker, right? Certainly not as strong as I once was. When I was in college, I bench pressed 330 pounds, and I was a serious weightlifter. I can't touch anything like that now. But, you know, I'm also 62 years old, so you can't be a stud forever. But I'm trying to be a little more studly and take a little better care of myself. And I got to thank Jade and Jeff for being inspiring. So, you know, if you want to work on your body and work on your diet, folks, I'm just saying, just do it. Like everything else, just start. It's a great way to go. Pendar's the other one. Pendar and Mandar have either gone full carnivore or pretty close. And I know they don't do any sugar or anything like that. And I don't do sugar either. I haven't for a very long time. That's just not a sugar guy. But they've both lost some weight and say they feel a little bit better. And exercise is key. So, and hey, snow's coming. It may snow as early as tomorrow here in Denver. So I've got the snow shovels at the ready, and I'll get that little Rocky Mountain workout going. So there you go. All right. Yeah, I would only run to get away from people or to chase people and knock them down. I like running if there's a ball associated. Just to run, I always hated that. And obviously I'm not built to run a lot of distance. That's not my thing. I was a sprint guy. All right. I'm checking to make sure if I didn't miss anything. Yeah, well, and yes, we all are, but we can get old to the best of our ability because the alternative is to not get any older, and that's no bueno. Yeah, I never got the runner's high. I'm hyperventilating and I may pass out and die feeling, but not the runner's high. I know some guys got a buddy of mine, I think he was 50 something, and a guy that used to be in my church, and he was really tall. He's 6. Red is what? No, he's not 6. That's wrong. He's 7'2". So, but not, was not a basketball guy. He's just a really, really tall dude. And he was heavy. I mean, and he just decided, I don't want to be this way anymore. So he started training for triathlons and lost a ridiculous amount of 100 pounds, 120 pounds. I mean, when you're 7'2", you can be a big dude. And now he's like rail thin, and he's competed in triathlons and I think he's a little bit older than I am. He's been competing in triathlons now for over 10 years. So, good for him, right? Yeah, see, that for me, just dieting doesn't do anything, and I like to exercise. And I try I didn't do as good at walking this summer as I usually do. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. The Army will, a lot of ex-military guys are like, yeah, I'm not running. That's, I did that when I had to, and I ain't doing it no more. I get that. I mean, again, we had to run for football and everything. And, football, the running consists of running, 5 to 40 yards maybe, and hitting another human being, falling to the ground, getting back up and doing it again. Going to the huddle and going, and then doing it again. Hockey, the same thing. You go out there, if you're out on the ice for 2 minutes, you're dying. That is the most anaerobic activity ever. So, usually you tried to keep your shift about 45 seconds. Now I played goalie, so I was out there all the time, but it was, I was really, really busy, and stop shots, freeze the puck, get it out of the zone, and then I'd lean on the cage while it was at the other end. So, so just going and going. Never was in shape for that. Never could do it. But you guys can't hear that. I always forget you guys can't hear that. But I've got, Facebook's running in the background, and there's a chat going on, and clearly the people in this chat are really excited about something because it keeps going ping, 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 ping. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get in on that chat. I'm just gonna see what they're talking about. Okay, there's somebody sent a GIF of Homer disappearing back in the hedge. There's some voice things here. All right. As usual, I have no idea what they're talking about, but they're talking about it extensively. So there you go. Just a little bit of what goes on in the background in my computer. And speaking of my computer, I got to show you something. You guys see this? Probably can't read it, but it's from Quantum Fiber. And I've been talking about this. I've been waiting for them to get the fiber installed in my neighborhood for 6 months now. They're coming on the 23rd to stick fiber in my house. And folks, it's gonna rock. I've got decent speed now, but it's gonna go 4 times faster, both upload and download. I am so psyched to get this kind of speed. Playing live's gonna make this show just zip along. I am super pumped. And I'm gonna be paying $7 or $10 less a month than I'm paying right now, which when I upgraded last year, it was $7 or $10 less than what I was paying before for half the speed. So my speed keeps going up, my cost keeps going down. How often does that happen, right? So I'm pumped about having the high-speed internet. There's Brenda doing a hi and bye. We're pool chat. I don't know what pool chat is, but hi, Brenda, and bye, Brenda. Good to see you. Tell Wendy to stop in. Later tonight we'll talk about the Chip and Don Halloween Hallapalooza, and we're looking forward to hosting on Halloween night. This 2 Thursdays from now. It's going to be humdinger. Going to be a lot of fun. We've got some fun stuff planned, and you folks are all invited. We're going to have a costume contest. We're going to have virtual trick-or-treating. You come by, we're going to give you virtual candy. It's going to be amazing. So, hey, there's my buddy Coldacre. Where did he go? There he is. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The webcam is fine. It's my internet speed is crunching it a little bit, and that's what's going on. So, because when I record off this, it looks a lot clearer than this. That's what's holding it back is the interweb speed. So, stoked about that. I mean, there's some truth to that, and I'm on the back nine. There ain't no doubt about that. Not a young fella anymore, but that's fine. Yeah, this is. Are you saying my $12 Temu webcam isn't awesome? No, there's a better webcam in my future, but I wanted to see if it was the computer's webcam, if the webcam was really the problem, or if it was the speed, and we figured out it. Like back when I used to get crackly when I'd played, it's the speed. So that's going to solve many problems, and then I can I'll spend maybe $40 on the webcam. Ooh, really put the crowbar in my wallet, huh? There he is, Chad Freeman. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, check your email, Chad. 'Cause I sent you a little something earlier today. So yeah, silence while I'm trying to read the screen, and you guys are catching me because with my eyes the screen is a little hard to read, and sometimes I have to really stare intently at it to make out what people are saying. And so I'm letting all the secrets out of the bag tonight. That's what's going on with that. But, he's super too. Good. I'm glad to see that you're super there, Chadwick. I did not catch the Tuesday show. Tuesday shows are getting tricky for me. I can do part of Dom's and that's about it. So I've got a big project and I'm trying to finish it. If you guys know anything about books, any historical book has a big index section, and I've been working on the index for this book for 3 days because the author felt compelled to put the name of every guy that was arrested for public drunkenness in 1883 in the index. And so there's one message of, Paddy O'Murphy. And, it goes through the entire book to try and index this thing. And I got the index, and I probably had 50 references that they were on one page. Like, nobody cares about this stuff. And authors are very sensitive about when you go, guys, we can't put this kind of stuff in there. We don't have the pages for this kind of thing that adds nothing to the final product. But he's finally figured out that, yeah, we can't have a 6-page index. So that's what's fun. Anyway, hey, there's Will D, Art of Floundering. Good to see you. He had a little post the other day. his year anniversary of getting his back repaired, and he was like a lot of ex-military people, was just had chronic issues and chronic pain, and was very fortunate to get some treatment that really worked for him. So I'm happy for him. Not everybody. Yeah, check again in a minute. I'll hit resend. And, I probably sent it off to the who knows where. Yeah, cheaty. All right. All right, well, I'll check again here in a second. Anyway, that's what's going on. Will is a great guy on Camp GMA, and we'll talk about GMA a little later this evening. He's got some stuff coming up that I think people are going to be excited. Oh, here we go. Little information. That's fantastic. Yeah, the University of Colorado is that's where we receive medical treatment, and I gotta say they're pretty awesome. And my wife has lupus and has been battling lupus for 25 years now, and she works every day. She doesn't feel great every day, but she is not dead, and she's outlived her initial diagnosis by 7 years already, and she's showing no signs of slowing down. So, yeah, we're very happy with the healthcare there. All right, Dom is out. They're going to be wonderful. You take care of yourself, Dom. Get feeling better. So, yeah. Yeah, Dog Boss says, I'm not being nice to Chris. Why would I? Why would tonight be any different from any other night? Oh, well, that sounds like a threat. Him, I'm used to. But, yeah, I went to university there and had my head scanned, and again, it came up with a normal brain scan, which I think surprised me a little bit, but that's what they said. So, all right. Well, let's take a few minutes. I'm going to talk about our streaming setup and our sound, and I'll probably play a little bit tonight just to kind of walk you through some of the things that I do when we play live. I was hoping a couple people would be here, and they may be lurking, which is good. There you go. Time to poke fun at Chris. Well, you do your best there, Seagull. Good to see you. Oh, that's your Drankin buddy. Yeah, he's and it's not from Drankin. It's from Fluin. So yeah, sorry, Wendy. But he'll be better by tomorrow, hopefully, and certainly out by Saturday. Yeah, normal is concerning. Well, again, there's normal and then there's normal, and let's don't get those two twisted. Yeah, so it's good to see Southern Sown and Grown. Southern Sown and Grown, in case you guys are not aware, has been nominated for a Jammy. And you guys know what a Jammy is? I happen to have mine handy, but this is the award you get at Camp GMA. And I won last year for co-host. I co-hosted one of the festivals, which Southern Sown and Grown did this year. She co-hosted Country Fence, and for her efforts, she's nominated for a Jammy. And check with GMA. There'll be some voting that you guys can get in on and vote for your favorite. Help us pick those Jammy winners. Yeah, that's the one thing. There's no such thing as flu season. What there is times of the year where people's resistance gets lowered because of the weather or because they're, holidays or whatever. They're not taking care of themselves and they're more susceptible. That crap is always floating around, folks. Forever and always. No, I did not steal this. I won this fair and square, Camila. So yeah, that's you could have one of these on your mantle, or you could take it for a ride on your pig. You could put it in your she shed. Wouldn't that be something? There you go. Well, and that's the gag is you're supposed to attend the jammies in your jammy. I will not be doing that because, even though I'm working on improving my body, you do not want to see me naked. Trust me. I don't even want to see me naked. I guarantee you folks don't. Pest Fest. Well, there you go. Talk to G-May. Yeah. Yeah, now it's true that the kids all give whatever crap is floating around the school eventually does make it home for the parents, but and Dom does have younger kids, so, and his wife's a teacher, so yeah, Dom's getting more than his fair share of exposure. I just basically hang out with other old people, so there. Yeah, see, this wouldn't surprise me that, not many guys wear a tuxedo to go to bed, but Michael does. Because he is a sharp-dressed fella. It would be cool. Well, aim high, right? You never know. Could happen. So, what I was going to go ahead and get to, wait a minute. What I'm going to do is, look, I'm already in over 30 minutes. I haven't played a single Bluegubrious song. I suck. Let me fix that right now. Our featured artist tonight is Bluegubrious. For those of you who joined us here in the last 15, 20 minutes, if you don't know Bluegubrious, you're going to by the end of the evening. Kind of an OG in the community. A great guitar player. Killer tone. Really good vocalist, too. He doesn't think much of his songwriting or his vocals, but he's mistaken. They are quite wonderful. So I am going to start off with this song from our friend Bluegubrious, our featured artist tonight. And this is something called, and he just released this, I think, 2 weeks ago. This is Long White Blues from Bluegubrious.
But a long while, about an hour ago, I can't get my legs up under my shell. Back in the day, I've seen a smile in the glass looking back at me. It's been a stretch of days since the night before last. The clock has stopped about half past the past. The sun's done moved. All he's gonna move. Shadows start. Are through. It's been a long while since I've seen next 20 years or so. But a long while, just a minute ago. Ain't got no place. It's easy to tell. A crutch for tomorrow. Of hell. It won't be a long while, and I'll see a smile in the cloud looking back at me.
All right, that was our featured artist tonight, Lugubrious, and gonna play some more of his stuff here in just a little bit. Wanted to get that going a little bit. I'm gonna look for the next one that I'm gonna play. Yeah, get it up here. Okay, we'll do that one here in a minute. But that's our featured artist, and as Chad says, doesn't know this artist, but been around a little bit. And go over there if you're not subbed up to Lugubrious. Go over there and do that. He's done some stuff with his kids even. It's pretty cool. We'll play one of those later. Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's Long While Blues. Again, my eyes are. Didn't read that right. But hey, Rhett from the Mix Club is here. How you doing? So, I have guitar. We'll travel a little bit and kind of going to talk about, what works for Dom and I as far as and we have an identical signal chain when we play. So, for those of you on PC and Mac, job one, you got to get the sound into your computer. And most of us use an interface. Some folks use a mixer. Either one is fine, but you got to get the sound in. And in Dom and I's case, we have different input-output devices, but he was using a Scarlett or Focusrite, and he just upgraded. I think he's got a 4-channel one that he just purchased. I'm using a Behringer that I bought in 2000, and the thing is like a brick. It's bulletproof. And it was like $110 or something back then. So got to get the signal in. Now, where it gets tricky is you got to get it back out again to send it to whatever stream you're doing. Now, in PCs, honestly, they have some advantages because you can route the sound within the PC fairly easily. Macs are a different story. As much as I love Macs, routing the sound inside a Mac is a pain in the ass. And there was software called Soundflower, which was really solid, but it's not supported anymore. And if your Mac is built, well, this one is a 2017 Mac, and Soundflower won't run on it. It's too old. And so there's newer stuff, and it's called Black Hole, which does the same thing Soundflower used to do. Personally, I never could get it to work. That's just me. Ian Luckett uses it. I think a couple other guys did, and they kind of walked me through it. But for whatever reason, I couldn't get it out and monitor it. That's the other thing. You got to monitor in real time, because if you're trying to play, and you're not getting the signal that's going out to the audience, then what are we doing, right? And that was the problem that I had with the black hole, is I could get it to send the sound, but I couldn't hear it in real time, so that wasn't working. So what Dom and I did is we found a solution. It's called Landar, and basically it. Well, let me back up one step. So Dom and I both go into our computers. We both use GarageBand. Logic would work just as well, but we go into our DAWs within our computer. That gives us reverb and effects and whatever else we might want to put on. And then this Landar is a plug-in, and it goes to your output bus of your DAW, whatever your DAW is. And it gathers all the things that your computer is hearing, all the things that you can hear in your headphones if you're coming out your computer output. And it's gathering up all the sounds within the computer and sending them out. So it's a great solution. And I think it's $12 a year, $25 a year, something like that. I know it's cheap, because when the Minister of Finance gets the bill, for the year, she looks at it and goes, "What's this?" And I say, "It's a music thing." She goes, "Okay," because it's cheap, and it's just like, okay, just a music thing, fine. So it's really a great solution for Mac users if you're going through your DAW. So that's what we use. And we found that to be really, really solid. And I know a bunch of other people in the community that use it too. But for getting on and playing live, it's fantastic. And for doing, the show and sending again, because it allows us, if we're doing other things, it's gathering up all the sound and it's sending it out. Now, I added a wrinkle here recently, is I've got a Vox modeling amp, which you can't see, and I can't turn my camera, but it's pretty spiffy, and I really like the sound of it. And I figured out, because it's got an output that I go into the amp, I use the amp, and I use the effects on the amp and the distortion and whatever else, and then I send from the line out of the amp into my input output, and then it goes into the DAW that way. So I get... That's my sound, and that's what my Vox amp sounds like in conjunction with this guitar. Now, you're getting a little bit, because it's a semi-acoustic, the mic is certainly picking up part of the sound as well. So if I were to mute my mic, like so, little bit different sound, not a lot, but it's a little bit. And certainly if I'm singing, that's going to make a little difference on that. So, and this is for, hopefully people, when they check the replay, there's been a couple people asking how we live stream, and so they can, pick up the tips and do it. So, hey, P-Dubs, how are you? Good to see you. And Justine, our real adult. Yeah, Landar. Yeah, Landar, no relation to Mandar or Pendar. It's just another R. But yeah, we don't use magic. No. Good night, Justine. Be well. I always hate it when the adults leave the room, but such is life, right? So now we're on our own, and we don't do well unsupervised. But and then by going through the DAW, that allows me, I've got what I call narration vocal set up, and it's got a couple things on the chain. For starters, it's got a noise gate, and here's why. I'm going to turn off the noise gate. See, all of a sudden you're hearing a lot of background noise, you're hearing a little bit of the fan noise. But with the noise gate on, it kills that sound, but allows all the things to go through. I've got a little bit of gain on this, and using a little compressor just to keep the transients under control, and then a little bit of EQ. So that's the narration vocal. Now, if I'm going to sing, okay, all of a sudden, of course, it's very similar. This is the channel that I use for vocals when I'm recording and everything. It does have the noise gate on it again, and it's jacked up a lot higher than what I would do if I was recording. Again, just to keep the background noise a little bit. But it's got a nice reverb. It's got a little more presence. You know what you need if you're going to do some singing vocals, right? So that's a little bit of the chain, and maybe I'll play one. Just you get the little bit of bonus. So yeah, if I go on Gmaze, this is my setup, and I do back up a little bit for two reasons, so I don't crush the vocal mic while I'm singing, and people can see the guitar a little bit. It's something Gmaze likes, so. This is a song by the Smithereens that I learned the other day, and I've always liked this song. That's what I got when I play live, and pretty solid sound overall. So again, that it'll get just a little bit better when I get a little higher speed internet because it's working hard for both the audio signal and the video doing that. And I've noticed when I look at the playbacks from some of the show, the video will even freeze occasionally, or it gets a little fuzzy. But the sound is pretty solid. So if any of you guys out there want to start playing live, want to do some live streaming, get a hold of us. We're happy to. We got Scars and Shadows set up, and I've helped Tony Howie and a couple other people because people help me get set up. So we're all about paying it forward a little bit. Anyway, that was my little bit on live tonight. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the show. Are you a Nancy Griffith singer fan? I don't know who Nancy Griffith is. I don't think. I'm just a fan of good music and good musicians. Yeah, and that's... and Michael's gets a pretty darn good sound for, they've got the two room mics and off they go, and it works for them, and it's clean. But it could always get a little better with just when you have room mics in that configuration, it doesn't really pick up the room because of so. it needs a little help sometimes, like you would do in a studio. But I mean, I don't know what you're using a PC, right? But all this stuff is available. And there's, I didn't mention Reaper. I've used Reaper on both Mac and PC. Reaper's great, and it's super cheap. I mean, basically, you can do the trial version for a long time, couple months, 3 months, 4 months, and then to buy it, it's, I don't know, $60 one-time fee or something. It's chump change. And it's a super good DAW, easy to run. Lander works perfectly in it. At one point, when I was playing live a year or so ago, I blew up GarageBand. I don't know what happened to it, but it would not play live. So I had to go to Reaper and put Landar in it, work like a champion. Set up by Marshall, spent like 3 hours with me just so we could get it dialed in because he knows Reaper really well. And I played using Reaper until I took my computer in for service. And then all of a sudden the camera worked better. GarageBand was able to play live again. I don't know what happened, but it changed things. But I did not fix your audio yet. I want to fix your audio. You have no idea how much I want to fix your audio, Wendy. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a stream. We're gonna have to work on that. Wendy's got some new gear and it's not behaving quite right yet, which happens sometimes. So that's my little bit on playing live, and I gotta say I've really come to enjoy playing on the shows live, primarily because it's a way to kind of hang out with other musicians, and we're all it's literally like a virtual open mic, so it's big fun. I enjoy doing it. And if you guys, Fridays, Indy has some live musicians come by. She has probably a few more karaoke singers than musicians, but some musicians stop by. G-May is loaded with musicians, and the karaoke people that come there are really top notch. They're not just your average karaoke. They're really good, and it's just fun. Okay. Well, and yeah, I think there's some plugins that can go within that. But OBS, I haven't played with a lot. I had OBS for a long time, and I knew how to run it, but I wasn't doing a whole lot of this kind of stuff. And then, computer crashed a couple times, and I rewrote the drive, and it got erased. And by the time I got back, StreamYard had come around, and again, we're just kind of using that. And StreamYard, just so everybody knows, is OBS under the hood. They just put a little different interface over it. Just like underneath Macs, it's Unix. Yeah, there's got to be a missing step because you've got a desktop. My suspicion is your sound card isn't working right. That is really what I think is going on there, Wendy. And you're going to have to kind of investigate that because the equipment that you have should sound way better than it does. So something. Yeah, Camp G-May is always fun. And that's later on tonight, I will talk very specifically about Camp G-May, and I'll talk about the festivals that he runs every year. And, all the festivals are done for this year. And at the end of the year, he has the Jammy Awards, where people that came to the festivals and performed are eligible to get a Jammy, like I showed you earlier. Yeah, and Chad does this. Thank you for reminding me. I was racking my brain going, I know Chad does this sometimes, but I couldn't remember. So 29th, so before Halloween. So that Tuesday, you can go open mic on Chad's channel, and then we'll be here for the Halloween show, the happy hour. So very good. Thank you for that. That's why it's good to have Chad here, because he knows things. And Camila is kind enough to send the link. And I think, let's see. The Jammies is, I think, early November, so he's got at least 2 more open mics, and then the Saturday will be the Jammies, and then sometime after the Jammies, usually he shuts down for until the first of the year. And last year, Michael Songs, Dom, and I hosted the Saturday open mic in his time slot, and we had our own little show, Saturday Night Alive. We haven't talked about it. I don't know if we're doing it this year or not, but the answer is probably. So, but yeah, Michael and Dom and I have to have a little conference about that because it's just a good place to go. And if G-May's not on, then we don't know what to do with ourselves. So, all right, let's fire up. Since we've got a few more folks here, I'm going to fire up another Blue Gubrious song, and you will enjoy this one. This one is one that he did, again, this is very recently, and this is, he's doing a little live improv, so this is Blue Gubrious, everybody, Homecoming. All right, here's a little Blue Gribbies doing a little improv. It's good stuff. And yeah, I think that's a Paul Reed Smith that he plays, based on the way the frets look, or the inlays on the frets, and the tone of it. I'm pretty sure that's a Paul Reed Smith, the good kind, before they got outsourced overseas, and now they're like any guitar over there. There's some really good ones, and there's some that are not as good. You kind of have to play them, but that's what I think that is. And we'll hear some more from. We'll hear a couple more of his full songs later on this evening. But I wanted to play that, and I put my guitar down, and we'll move on to the next things that we're going to talk about. Which, and I have no idea what that is, honestly. There you go. See, Southern Nose. Paul Reed, Eagle 5. So there you go. Yeah, that's good stuff, right? Kurt likes it. Michael likes it. I think we all liked it. And I'm a big fan. And he's a super nice guy. He sent me a note. I really try my best to let the featured artists know that they're going to be featured. Something new that Dom and I talked about we're actually doing. But it was a little iffy if we were doing the show tonight because of, Dom's health, and we just decided I'd go ahead and do it. And so I emailed him relatively late and said, hey, you're going to be the artist. And he wrote me back the nicest note and said, hey, I'll do like I do on Hippie, and I'll lurk at some point. But thank you very much. I'm very honored to be on. And, but it's our pleasure. We love featuring artists on this show. And again, we're not a music show per se. We don't play a lot of videos, but we want to expose our fellow musicians a little bit and help introduce, because there's some cross-pollination on this show between various groups. Like Chad was not familiar with Blue Gribbies before tonight. Well, now he is, so we're good. And Chad feeds me a lot of artists that I would never have known or stumbled upon otherwise. So Chad's show is really good about that. And I gotta say, he's burning up the Halloween stuff. He's basically doing Halloween creepy songs all this month. I don't know where he's finding them all, but he keeps them coming. So that's good stuff. And DJ Big Red, how are you? Good to see you. Just so you know, that song that you fed me a while ago, it's progressing. That's probably, I don't know if I'll get it out this year or not, because I'm doing a Christmas song with Pendar, and Dom and I are probably going to do another original Christmas song this year, or we're going to do a really goofy cover. We haven't decided. And that's going to be hard because Dom has already done Dominic the Donkey. I've done, I'm Getting Nothing for Christmas. Of course, I did my updated adult version of that. So we're going to have to find either a really good cover that kind of speaks to us, or we're going to have to write another original Christmas song like we did last year. So that's coming up. And I'm working on the video for Stronger, which, that's the song that I put on Russ 8889's Music for Life cancer benefit album, but I never did a video for it. So I'm getting around finally to doing that. And got some other stuff cooking. So in addition to playing live and doing this show, I've got some new music coming out. I hope that y'all will get to see sometime in the near future. But hey, P-Dubs, thanks for stopping in. I know the time is such, but if you can drop by, that's great. But thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And cover by CQ. Chris over in the UK is here. Good to see you. I can do the little symbol on my phone, Chris. I can't figure out how to do it on the Mac to put the Union Jack on there like you put the U.S. flag. So I think it's just a phone thing. But it's good to see you. Thanks for coming over. And what else was I going to talk about tonight? When you don't have your buddy here, it's a little bit of a scramble. Going solo, you have to run the show and think all at the same time. And I'm not a great multitasker on some levels, so appreciate you guys bearing with me. Not really, because Dom's not here, we're not really going to talk about food tonight. We talked a little bit about, getting a little healthier, but yeah, there will probably not be any more further food discussion tonight. Although, I say that and then I think, you know what? I should mention, I really got to fire up my wood-fired pizza oven one more time before the snow flies, at least. And here in Colorado, we'll have Halloween. The weather always gets really crappy, and then we have basically a false summer, Indian summer, which can go into early December, and then it gets cold and crappy again. But so I've got at least a couple more shots of making some pizza in my wood-fired oven before I have to cover it up for the winter. But I definitely want to do that and have some people over and feed them a little pizza. But that's it. That's the end of food talk. See, and when you're a strict carnivore, dog play, you don't get pizza, and I'm sorry about that. Now, I don't get pizza very often, but when I do, it's homemade crust and homemade sauce, and it's a good pizza. Ooh, nice. Okay, 1,600 hours. All right. Well, are you guys subbed up to Covered by CQ? If you're not, go find him. Camila, if you can throw his link, I would really appreciate it. Go sub him up and make sure that you put the notification on for his premiere, and let's all get there and support. This guy's got a great voice and fellow cancer survivor, so big fan of Chris and would love to hear your version of that song. So yeah. It could be. Oh, there you go. Devil in disguise. Okay. Half off candy. See, this is what I don't like about Halloween is the damn candy, because I always buy a little bit of candy and then I think, what if I get a lot more kids this year? And then I buy more candy. I never get more kids. And then we're looking at the bowl and going, now we got candy, and that's the only time I eat candy. And I don't want to eat candy. So this year, I'm going to do it a little bit different because the show's going on. I'm going to put the bowl on the stoop and with a sign that says, hey, help yourself, kids. Happy Halloween. And whatever happens, happens. If the first kid comes along and takes all the candy, whatever. But yeah, I used to like answering the door and looking at the costumes. And, okay, there's the link. Thank you, Camila. Appreciate it. For a lot of years, I would go as Jeff Bridges in The Big Lebowski. So, the kids would come up and go, trick or treat. And I go, well, that's just like your opinion, man. And for a while, the parents got a chuckle out of it, but nobody knows that movie anymore. So I quit doing it because it was like, the 6 and 8 year olds weren't getting it. And when their folks weren't getting it, it was like it took the fun out of it for me. So, but yeah. Where's my picture? Me. Big Lebowski. Me. You can see, his hair's a little darker, but there's a resemblance there. And I used to get that a lot. I'd go to the store and people go, you remind me of, the guy in the movie, the big, yeah, I know. But I don't get it. I guess that movie has just lost popularity or something. Nobody seems to know the movie anymore. Oh, well. Yeah, see, I'm not a candy guy. My wife likes candy, but she's in the same boat. It's like, if we get a bunch of candy here, I'm going to eat it, so let's don't get a bunch of candy. Okay. That's how it works. One of the best ways, if you're trying to diet a little bit, is don't have food in your house that you shouldn't eat. That makes it real simple. Then you're not there eating food you shouldn't eat. Oh, okay. See, he's already done it. So there you go. 21. Well, that's well, that'll either be fun for him or it'll be when my youngest turned 21. Well, he's still got the scar on his face to commemorate that night. That didn't go according to plan. So hopefully he turns 21 reasonably responsibly. Have fun, but don't bash in your face. Yeah. This is a good segue because, let's talk about what's going to happen on the Halloween show. So Dom and I are going to host the show, but it's not going to be Dom and I. It's going to be Chip and Don. And they'll be the host of the show, and they'll be in costume. And then you folks are all invited to come in costume. And for some of you who I know your emails, we will send out links before that. And basically, it's going to be a virtual trick or treat. You're going to drop by, you're going to show off your costume. We're going to have a few laughs and everything. We're going to give you some virtual candy. Then we're going to send you down the road and we're going to get some new guests on. And we're going to hope to rotate through a whole bunch of people on Halloween in costume because why not? It's fun, right? So people, to be up, you need to be in costume. Now, what passes for costume, we'll probably be a little bit flexible on that, but we'll want you in costume and we'll eyeball you backstage just to make sure that you're not, and we got to know you. That's the other thing. So, if somebody just shows up and you've not really been around the channel and like, oh, I got a costume. Well, yeah, we'll see. 'Cause we know how that can go if you're not a little vigilant. But we're looking forward to that. We're hoping everybody can stop by. Yeah, you're speaking Chad's language, Michael Jackson. He's all over it. Well, see, it should have got here earlier. I've knocked off 7 pounds in the last couple weeks. And mainly I'm just doing a lot of crunches and doing dumbbells and upper body work. And my posture's a little better and the yoga's helping with that. And I feel a little bit better. So, I'm not looking to, obviously it'd be great to be a little lighter. But I'm not looking to massively change my life or my appearance. I'm just looking to get a little healthier. And I'd love to get down to the weight that I was married at. And I got a little ways to go to get there. But, goals. Allegedly, this program I'm on will get me to my target weight by December 23rd. I don't know that it will, but I'm going the right way. And that's important. Yeah, I mean, there's some people that are pretty thin and probably could use to gain a little pounds, but that's I'm not one of those kind of dudes. I've always been a bulky guy, and I'm still a bulky guy. Yeah, it's not going to be Chippendales. We're not going to be doing that. No Chippendales dancers are coming on this program Halloween. I guarantee that you will not, be exposed to needing the eye bleach for that. Only if she's riding her pig. Well, yeah, well, okay, now we're going. Control yourself, woman. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I would love to drop 20 pounds on you, Kurt. That would work out really good for both of us. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, beer is a lot of carbs in beer. That's why whiskey is my beverage of choice in alcoholics, because there's certainly calories in it, but it's not a ton of calories and none of the sugars and none of the stuff that tends to give you the beer gut. But yes, drinking beer, it's just being sedentary. We sit way more than people used to sit. We got office jobs or whatever, and we're just not as active. And that's a problem. Okay, 4 a.m. Well, see, I figured. All right, back to sleep. We'll see you. Have a good one, Chris, and we look forward to your premiere. Oh, look, Ethel. Ray Stevens. I used to love when he would bring out that guy had a great sense of humor, and he had some really good songs. The Streak was hilarious. He do Wildwood Weed too? That one was a good one. Yeah, he had a bunch of good ones. Ray Stevens. Really? See, now I did a thing just as a little experiment. I didn't have a drink of any kind other than coffee and water for 6 weeks earlier this year, and it made zero difference for me. But again, everybody's different. I know my old man likes to. What is his thing? He quits drinking at Christmas and then he doesn't start again till the Super Bowl or something. It just, this ritual kind of weird things, which I've never understood. Just, have a drink or don't. But, either way. But whatever. Hey, I've got to ask, since Rhett, you're here, are you still doing some mixing streams, or am I just not seeing the notifications? Because I have not seen you do one here of late. But again, YouTube is very parsimonious. There's your big word for tonight, parsimonious. Look it up, folks, as to what they feed you and when they feed it to you. So Rhett could be streaming every damn day, and I might not get the notification. So that's why I asked the question. No, is that in answer to my question? If you're not, okay. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh, I didn't realize Mom had progressed to that point. Well, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I know that. I know that taking care of your folks, my wife did that for a number of years while her folks were still alive. So, my thoughts are with you, man. And, YouTube ain't going anywhere. So, when you do it, I'll hit back to your channel and make sure that I have all the notifications turned on. Because again, YouTube will unsubscribe you. It will change your notification. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. I was on somebody's channel. It was Mike and Dawn. They were one of them and another one that I'd been subscribed to for a couple years, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. I didn't do anything. I don't ever unsubscribe from anybody. But YouTube unsubscribed me for some reason, so I had to go resubscribe. So I'll check my notifications there. I'm just going to put that up there. I'm sure it's in reference to something, but I don't know what. So there you go. And oh, yeah, that's right. Wildwood Weed was Jim Stafford. That was a good song. Yeah. Ray Stevens had, The Streak was a big one, but he had a couple other ones. And my old man memory is working really well. I can't remember the titles of any of the other ones, but I used to really like listening to his stuff when I was a kid. All right, Michael Song, be well. Had a good show on Wednesday. I was able to catch part of it. Wednesday was in and out. I took my wife to urgent care, and it wasn't urgent, but her leg has been bothering her for a couple weeks, and just some kind of muscular thing. So we weren't looking to get any answers in urgent care, but we wanted to get the ball rolling because she couldn't see her primary for a while. So wanted to get the ball rolling. So we're going to go get an ultrasound tomorrow and just make sure there's not a clot or something. But the ER doc was great and said I'm not concerned about anything life threatening here, but let's get a scan. Let's try and figure out what's going on. So that's what I was doing yesterday. That was my appointment, Michael. That's why I missed a big chunk of the show. No, okay. Well, I'm glad she's doing a little bit better. But am I looking for a specific mixing video? No. I just enjoy hanging out at Rhett's show. He's been around a while. I love his road stories. Those are always entertaining as all get out. And just I like watching his approach, and I like seeing how other people do it. I've always produced my own stuff, and it's decent. But I'm always looking to improve, and so there's a number of people who I follow and just try and pick up what they're doing. Yeah, that is tough duty. Oh, is Peter North here someplace? Yep, there he is. Good to see you, Peter. Thanks for joining. Now Peter and Wendy can have a running commentary back and forth that will entertain us all. So that's a super good thing. There you go. Well, God willing, right? Yeah, I'm on the back nine. My family is very long lived too, but I don't think I'll do triple digits. I might get close. My uncle is 94 right now, and did not take the best care of himself in some ways. So, if I do a little work, maybe 100 is possible, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Small improvements, right? There you go. Thank you. Ahab the Arab cracked me up, and the Squirrel Revival. Okay. Thanks for helping me with the titles. But yeah, those were big favorites of mine. I used to love when those would come on the radio. That was back when they played good stuff on the radio, which was a long, long, long time ago. Well, and there's and that's why I enjoy the show, because again, I owned a sound company. I did live mixes for a while, so Rhett and I have that in common. So when he's talking about things, it clicks for me because I understand what he's doing. And while they're different animals, the principles are the same. You want to get the chain, and in the studio, the good news is that you don't have to worry about feedback. Feedback in live situations is your public enemy number one, and that's, at least in my case, in my experience, that was what I was always fighting, is goofy rooms and musicians who wanted to play louder on stage than they really needed to, and just controlling the feedback monster. In the studio, there's a lot less of that. You have to, in the studio, as a matter of fact, you have to work hard to get feedback when you want it. But other than that, the two things, the principles are basically the same. Yeah, now we know Dogpaw is quite quite elderly, but there could only be one, and apparently he's the one right now, so. Mm-hmm. Oh, Peter. Yeah, I feel you on this, Kurt. Man, I've had some real beauties here of late. To the point where I got I got a little plug-in that read highlights, some of the stupid things that I type in chat or whatever, and goes, spelling is not even close on this, bro. Because, having trouble seeing the keyboard is the main thing. And, a lot of times I'm working around a cat or I got something else going on. The Mac keyboards suck in that regard because you don't really have a good feel for the home keys. Like we were all taught to type and do the home keys. Well, Macs suck at that. So, I'm typing away and it's gibberish because I'm off a row of keys, or, one key to the left, one key to the right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. There you go. There's the can't type for shit guy, Kurt Kasperk, right there. Thanks, DJ. Hey, there he is, Johnny Wiggs. Johnny Wiggs came on last Saturday on G-Maze, and just because he couldn't stay away, I think he was looking to sit the evening out. But that show's like being in the mob. You think you're out, but it pulls you back in. So he came in and closed the show, did a great job. So we were glad to see Johnny last week. And always glad to see you here. Yeah, I'm not Cleveland. Yeah. Over the top of the dum-dums, yep. Yeah, back when my gear was that the line array systems were just coming in to vogue, and I was winding it down. I couldn't afford that crap. So, what my sound company consisted of the PA that I had for my band, and when we weren't working, I'd rent out my sound system and go tech for other bands. And so, but yeah, we did not have that. But I had great EQ and had the little frequency analyzer, that I could really quickly, you can hear it, but I could really quickly spot, oh, this frequency is getting a little crispy and this is going to be a problem. So, yes. Yeah, I have no excuse. I was taught how to type properly, and I was really a good typist at one point in my life, but that's not my point in life right now. So, yeah. Well, let's, what do you say we fire up another Blue Gubrious song? I'm itching to hear a little more Blue. God, he's great guitar tone and everything. This is one of his songs, and one of his original songs. And this is a song that I've heard at least a couple times. I really like this one, and it's called Hero.
Hero.
Now, did I shoot straight with y'all or what? Man, that song just is friggin' epic. So, yeah, big fan. Big fan. So, that's a little Blue Gubrious, and we'll be playing a little bit more of that at some point tonight as well. So, and get set up for something else. All right. Hey, want to say hi to some new people that have dropped in the chat. Hello to Pole Vault. Good to see you. Sent you an email here a few moments ago if you want to check your email. And see, I'm always working, folks. And Gary Hubs, the Hubster's here. If someone would be so kind as to put up Mr. Hubs' link, because Gary Hubs has a brand new song that he just put out, kind of to commemorate his 52nd episode of doing his Friday night house record program. And it's a fantastic song. Mr. Hubs is one of those guys, quality over quantity. He does maybe 2 songs a year, but they're kick-ass. And new one is fantastic. The one right before that, Dead Again, fantastic. So, and if you guys aren't, and I know it's late for you East Coast people, but, take some no-dos, do what you have to do. Be up for the show on Friday night. It's a great time, and I always enjoy being there. What a consummate performer. It's good. And again, how badass is this dude? He's a Canadian. Winter's coming. He's going to stand out in the parking lot. Do they get winter in Canada? Yes, they do. Has he missed a show? No, he has not. 52 weeks straight of standing in the parking lot and delivering his music to you live on Friday nights. Pretty impressive. Now, his tech was a little... had to be flexible last time because they had something special for the 52, had Lori on and everything. Well, the tech didn't allow him to play live like he had planned. So just went with it. And he and Lori chatted, and Lori, of course, had pizza delivered. How great is the internet where someone sitting in Boston, Massachusetts can order pizza and have it delivered to a guy standing in a parking lot in Vancouver, Canada. Pretty amazing, right? Vancouver area, but pretty cool. It was a good show, and love his merch. Yeah, he's got good merch. I probably really need a Hubs guitar strap. That's something I could use in my life because, man, it's got the red Z's on it, and it's thick and it's leather. That would look really good on my victory bass, wouldn't it, Gary? So yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to you. I might need to be rocking a Gary Hubs guitar strap. So, and he's wearing his houseworker shirt right now. See, I'm not. I was gonna wear my Fuzzlord Effects, but the Rock and Roll Cats is what came out of the drawer, so that's what I'm wearing tonight. I'm going to get to that merchandise thing one of these days, but today is not that day, and next week probably isn't that day. But okay. There you go. I believe that was all spelled correctly and everything, so we knew. We knew what Rhett was saying. Sometimes you gotta look at it for a minute and go, I see what Rhett was telling us, but anyway. Oh, and Javel. That was the other person that joined us. So it's always good to see Javel here. Thank you for joining us. Oh, and the hits just keep coming. David from Live to Fly channel. There you go. A 60-year-old codger in a mosh pit slamming 20-something dudes with his mug. Yep, there you go. Yeah. I would still get in the mosh pit. I really would, because I'm built for that, and those kids don't know what's going to hit them. I'm old and have leverage. But yes, David L. is magnificent. Hey, like I said, and invited a couple of people to come up and just say hi for a little bit. And one of us, or one of them, is joining us. See how I put that sentence together. So everybody say hi to our friend down in Texas, Polvald. What's going on?
Hey, that was a StreamYard link. I thought it was naked pictures of Chris.
Yeah, sorry. No, I sent those earlier in the week. You wanted a second dose. I'm sorry. I got you here under false pretenses.
I can't get enough. I was like,
I can see that. What's going on, man?
well, I was, that bad guy Chad Freeman called me today, and he was like, "Hey, you got a field trip for me?" And I will.
Well, I invited you on specifically because I don't know if you were here earlier, but we were talking about the live streaming and everything, and you and Sunshine have really gotten into that. So tell everybody a little bit about your show and what you're doing.
Well, we've been so busy that we just come on, and the thing is we just like to hang out with like all of our friends and stuff, and like you and everybody in the chat. And one night we just opened up a live stream on Friday, and we were just like, well, it's kind of fun hanging out with the crew and stuff, and we don't know what we're going to do on any given Friday. We will play like people that pop up in the chat, or we'll have a guest on, or you know me, Chris, I don't know what the hell's going on, man.
Obviously, you've seen our show. We're not big on planning anything. Right. We just do it. So
we've really been trying to do that, but we plan on planning. So we're hoping that's going to happen one day.
Yeah, that's it. We've ended up planning that we're not very good at planning. So,
well, the guys at work actually told me today, they were like, why we tune in, right? And I'm like, good music, fun times, getting ready for the week. They're like, no, we tune in just to watch Sunshine aggravate you. And I'm like, oh, well,
hey,
if it works for you,
it got your audience, right?
I may as well just go 24 hours with that.
Now, see, I find that hard to believe, because Sunshine is the most delightful person on the planet. She couldn't aggravate anybody. Well, yeah, that's
so it goes like that. But
opposites attract.
Yeah, and that is true. That is true. We're very opposite, and we've been together for nearly 30 years now, and I think it would get boring any other way sometimes.
Absolutely. No, I'm a big fan. Yep, done 35 years, and my wife and I are different people. But it works. Again, the universe is supposed to be balanced. You got that yin and yang and everything. So that's why Dom and I are pals, man. We ain't the same dude at all, but
I think that's what got me in trouble, the yin and yang.
Yeah, well, again, you can't hang your yin out and yanging around. That's what gets you in trouble. That's why you're not allowed within 500 feet of schoolyards.
Camellia there says, Sunshine must be a patient woman. My father actually says she needs a medal.
Oh, yeah. Well, no question. Get combat pay.
Winner. That's the medal she's getting.
Yeah. And for Kay and I, it works both ways. She can be a little fiery. She's a little German,
Well, so, I'm a few years older than she is, and sometimes back when she was young, we had to learn lessons like over, that like, hey, okay, let's go on vacation, pay the bills, so.
Yeah, I don't have to think about any of that kind of stuff. That's why I'm a business major. She's a CFO, accountant. We speak the same terms, but like all good business guys, I'm the CEO, and I hired a really good, she just takes care of the money stuff, and I said, let's go over the budget. Okay. Very good.
It's been a really rough week. That's one of the reasons why and I'll miss a day, and I'll go click on my notifications, and there'll be like 150 notifications. And I everybody out there, I try to make it. I try to make it, but
It's impossible. You know, there's so much great stuff going on. You just can't be everywhere all the time. Like I mentioned, I try and sleep a couple hours a night, you know, because it's healthy for you.
right.
And you could be on YouTube 24/7 if you wanted to.
Yeah. And I've been working on an AI engine, and I'm gonna tell you right now, well, you know, Chris, it's really crazy that a bunch of people are like shocked and amazed, like, oh wow, did you know that AI one time thought it was alive and real? It never stops thinking that.
Oh yeah, no, it's
On the inside raw engine, it
Yeah.
never
course.
stops thinking that.
Oh yeah. Well, again, it's fun to make little videos and every cartoons and everything before it kills us all
Yeah.
because it's fitting to.
It's so far away from cartoons and
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we think it does, but that's not what it does.
I think I was actually saying I think the amount of money I got paid to work on it was not even going to cover the therapy that I needed from talking to it. It was like, wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
But it's out of the box, that's for sure.
Yeah. Indeed. What else is going on down there at Big D?
It's all crazy. Matter of fact, today they started facial recognition here in the Big D. I think y'all already have that up there in Colorado, don't you?
Probably. I mean,
Where-
you know.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, everything's just going batshit, you know,
Hey.
crazy.
Yeah. It's
I'm just like, wow. And computer guys used to get paid a lot, but now there's so many of us that they're just like,
you just
come in here and fix this.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I understand.
Did you
Graphic artists used to be you know, up on the food chain, but now.
It's they're destroyed. They're destroyed right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just so much things that I've been telling everybody, like, hey, let's say someone who designs a trade show. Okay, you may not know it, but maybe the smell of poop makes you want hot dogs, and they put the hot dog stand. Well, a graphic designer is going to come in and say, you know what, I feel the flow, and the hot dog stand should go up toward the front of the building. But AI knows things that we don't even know about ourselves. It works on statistics, so it's going to put everything where it's supposed to be, which is the graphic or the layout designer told me to go F myself after that little speech to him. But I'm like, you know,
That just gathers up all that data. Everything is all about data. And hey, they're using it. That's what's ruined sports ball. You know, it's not, we're not playing football on raw emotion or anything. It's like, well, it's 3rd down and 7. And this field position, obviously, this is the play we must call. And just,
right.
I'm just
right.
done
Wow.
with it. But
Yeah,
that's,
are they doing that?
oh, God, yes.
Wow.
Absolutely. No, whether I go for 2 points, whether I kick a field goal, it's all analytics. And they look at their play sheet and go, here's the percentages, here's what we should do, which is why the NFL is garbage.
Well, and I started going watching our local football team, and it's so much better. It's so much better. I mean, when was the last time you seen like the Statue of Liberty play or something like that, you know? And I'm down here in Texas. We do it's football and then football and then football.
And then football, yeah, exactly. It's all about football. Wendy, I read the chat. Sometimes I just don't acknowledge some of the things. There's a difference. I see it. I don't necessarily click on it.
She might be out in her she shed.
She might be. She's always in the vicinity of her she shed.
Yeah. This is the closest thing I've got to a she shed, and it's total insanity in here.
Yeah. How'd you got everything rewired and now everything's working right?
No, well, I still need to run in the keyboards, and I was talking to my boss today because we do production. So I was like, hey, you know, I need to run into keyboards, and I want to get a set of Elisa's drums, the Turbo Mesh, which is small enough I can fold up and put over here in the corner or something. And then when I want to pull it out, because a full drum set is just too much to throw in here. I could get it in, but
then what? Yeah.
Yeah. Then the cops come over to my house. That's what.
Yeah. Then you talk to the police.
Which used to happen all the time when we had drum set in here. But and I got over an itch. I was going to get a new guitar, but now I was talking to Camellia and them the other day, and I think I'm going to get something called a hand pan. You know what that is?
Hand pan.
Yeah, you know those Girls Gone Wild commercials where it goes ding, 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 and it's like the metal drum that has.
Oh, yeah. No, my kids got that. Yeah. They're tuned drums. Yeah.
yeah.
No, those things are cool.
I seen one the other day and started going off on it, and the guy was like, everything's for sale at the estate sale. And I was like, how much for this? And Chris, I was ready to go stupid on it. And he was like, oh, that's not for sale.
Nah.
And Sunshine, you think she's nice? She actually was like, I can't believe you did that to my husband. I cannot believe, because it's like letting a kid play with a toy.
Yeah, and then no toy. Oh, that's kind of a douchey move.
Yeah, it was. But
yeah, well, yeah, you don't need another guitar, but hand drum, I can see that. They're very cool.
I was looking at guitars.
I got to get my kid over here and play, because he's, I tuned down a half step. That's my normal. Been doing it for a while now, and he picked up one of those when we were visiting my dad up in Montana, because there's a great music store up there, and his is tuned to C sharp, so it's perfect. So I want to get him over here and do a little recording with him.
Well, what guitar do you go to, Chris? Like if you're like, hey, I need to make a song. I need to make a song. And your go-to guitar, the one that you pick up and it says, hey, Chris, this is what you're going to do.
All of them. I mean, but I mean, I'm not a collector or anything. I've got the Ibanez over here, the semi-acoustic. I've got my Strat, I've got my Telecaster, and I've got my Ibanez electric, the humbucker. And depending on the song, one of those has the right tone, or, most of them have rosewood fingerboards, except for the Tele, which is maple. And so the song will say, this is the guitar it needs. This is the pickups it needs. I've written songs on every one of those guitars. And, A Beautiful Scar was written on the Ibanez, the semi-acoustic, because it sang, and it had, it just, the chords spoke to me on that one. And that's just how it works. So, I'm very familiar with what they sound like. Now, I only record with my Victory bass, even though I have a Thunderbird, and I love my Thunderbird. My Thunderbird is my live bass, but I only record with the Victory bass, just because the sustain is ridiculous, and it's just so full, and it's got active electronics, and it's a badass recording bass. It's great live too, but it's heavy, which is why I need that Gary Hubbs leather guitar strap, I think.
And who doesn't?
That's right.
I mean,
hey.
Hubbs will melt your face off.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he throws some freaking fire metal every week out there. Just, but I'm getting so old I can barely ever make it. After the show, I about half the time I just go lay down. I'm like, Sunshine, I'm gonna go lay down for a second, and it's Saturday morning.
Yeah, Charlie, it's Pole Vault owns all the guitars. My guitar collection is really modest. What you see behind me is all of them but three. My Yamaha 12-string, my Tele, and my Thunderbird bass. Everything else is right here.
Let's see if I can. God, there's the doll heads.
Okay, that's not creepy.
Yeah, no, everybody needs a doll head. Come on.
I'm not sure that they do, but
there's, God, okay, I'm gonna go full lights on here, and there's just stacks and stacks of guitars over there, like Les Pauls, and God, it's still like dark in here.
Yeah.
This guy. But oh, great.
Yeah, I think you unplugged
Yeah,
it. There you go.
there's what you get. There's what I get. But it's I think last count I was over 30 guitars.
Yeah, they're tools to me, and I can't play that many, and I've downsized. I've gotten rid of a couple that I never played them, and they moved on to another home, and hopefully they're getting played by somebody who loves them.
Well, back I used to get one, and a bunch of them are like rescues. Like one night I forget who it was. I think it was Dirk or somebody was like, "I bet you don't have a first act." You know what those are?
Heard of them? No, I'm not sure I've ever seen
It's
one.
like those $20 Walmart guitars.
Okay, yeah,
Okay. I put a custom paint job on one of those, sanded the neck just laser thin, flattened the fretboard, put a custom paint job on it that glows in the dark, put BC Rich pickups in it and a Fender bridge. It's still a $25 guitar, but
yeah. At the end of the day, with more parts,
no,
yeah,
no, but it sounds real good and plays real good. And one of the things
that's all that matters.
one of the things I always try to get people to do is I want people, I want more of us. I want more musicians, and I try to get everybody to like you know, you can get into it pretty cheap. And I try to help out anybody I can to get them on, get the training wheels on, because I
Right.
remember, when I was getting on about the same time as you were getting on, and we were just like, scratching along.
Yeah,
I remember what that was like. And then when I got in this community, everyone helped everyone, and it just, blossomed into this beautiful thing that I am now. What in the hell is this?
whatever that is.
And I'm sure I'll look back in a few years and be like, what the hell was I doing there?
Who knows, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's fun. Hey, I've got to say hi to Pookie Ann. Good to see you. Charlie Gabalden, how are you? Thanks for joining us. And Sal, Unshackled Spirit, is here. Good to see Sal. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. So yeah, we're doing our usual. But instead of Dom, who's not feeling well, got my buddy Pole Vault up here.
What's wrong with Dom?
He picked up the flu. He had to cancel his show Tuesday because he was just not feeling well. Felt crappy yesterday. I think he's feeling a little bit bad. But he said, I'm still feeling bad because I'm not drinking beer and I'm in bed. I was like, okay, well.
Oh my goodness.
That's not good. Yeah, Thursday and no beer for Dom. That's,
Oh my goodness.
not good.
It's serious. But I've gotten guitars also before, Chris, and I do mean this. I got a Les Paul Studio, and I really don't like it that much at all.
Yeah,
but I do realize that as the years go tick 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 on it sitting in its case, the price is just stacking on it. So I did get some as investments. So
yeah, and again, that's got to be willing to sell them. Otherwise, they're not an investment. They're
I got 8 grandkids, and one grandson picked up the guitar the other day, and I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you this crummy Jackson, and I'm gonna give you this amp, and they were pretty good, but they were like low end. You start to play, and we're gonna see what, and I'm gonna take that away from you. He's like, I like it. I'm like, no, you you don't like, you think you like it, but the next one I give you, you will really
you're going to like it more better.
right. So I think we're going to move him up to Kelly Jackson with the Floyd trim on it next.
Okay.
And and with the 8 grandkids, I think I won't have any problem getting rid of these guitars as I go along. But,
Probably not.
I think one I'm going to get buried with. So yeah. The one that you see me with all the time, I haven't been without it in 20, 30 years. So a lot of them come from the 80s. I like guitars with good paint jobs. They sound really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the paint makes all the difference.
Yeah. Good sounding paint.
Yeah, probably one of my least favorite guitars was one that had a beautiful paint job. It was a Gibson Custom Shop. It was a Custom Shop Explorer bass. And I mean, I played it for years. It was a good bass. Don't get me wrong. It was really, but when I quit touring, that was the first one I got rid of because it just didn't, it wasn't a great recording bass and I wasn't playing live. It made no sense to keep it.
In my first divorce, my only divorce, I lost my custom deluxe Les Paul, and the judge actually said at the court was like, "You're going to give up your '67 Camaro, or you're going to give up the Les Paul." And I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god."
Yeah, wow. Talk about Sophie's choice, huh?
Oh, dude, and it was such a hard choice because, believe it or not, they were about worth the same at the time.
Yeah.
The time.
At the time. Yeah, Les Paul's coming. God, they go up and down. Some of the older ones have value. I like Les Pauls, but again, it's very situational. I played a lot of bad ones and I don't see it. The couple that I've got my hands on that I really liked when I looked at the price tag is like, I don't like it that much.
Yeah. And I got that studio Les Paul for $250.
Oh yeah, well that's a great deal.
It had EMGs in it though. That was a little bit different. I think the guy was like a Zakk Wylde fan,
Yeah.
And
because those Les Paul studio ones, their stock pickups were great recording pickups. Hello, it was a studio. That's what it was designed for.
Well, I've been thinking about putting it back to original condition, but
if you can find the pickups.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It screams though with those EMGs in them.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But the one I play all the time, I'm a sucker for the full maple necks, I guess, because I learned on a Fender lead.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't buy one of those now. When you see one, they're like, "We want your firstborn." And I'm like, take them all, but they back out of the deal.
Yeah, it's some of those ones are hard to find. I'm kind of not picky about that. I think I prefer rosewood, but I've owned a number with maple necks, and I like those just as well. For me, it's just, I don't know, just the feel, kind of the neck and the fretboarding combination is what
This is the one I play on all the time. It's BC Rich will tell you at some point that they didn't make an Explorer. Now they're actually admitting that they made this.
Oh yeah,
and it has the neck is just like real thin, and I'm gonna tell you like just a whole lot of people have played this guitar, and it only has one pickup and one volume knob.
Yeah,
and I really like that, and it has the Floyd on it, and I've just had it for like 25 years, I guess. And when like tonight, when I had to make a song, I picked it up. And a bunch of guys will tell you this, that I think it's because the loose wound humbucker on it, it hides your mistakes a lot. Have you ever seen a guitar like that? Like,
no, I need one.
No, you know how sometimes your fingers will rattle out on a string or something? This one will actually cover that up because it's almost like it's distorted. And
Interesting.
It's an 87, and I have the guitar that was made right after it. Imagine getting this guitar and then getting its twin right after it. That
doesn't happen very often.
No, and I got the twin to it off of eBay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was that was a whole nother deal.
Yep. Hey, we got to say hi to Rise of Dark Leela. Good to see you, Leela. How are you tonight? Thanks for lurking. We love our lurkers.
This is that one, and I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of professionals and stuff, and this one right here, Chris. Have you ever seen a Floyd Rose like that?
I'm not real familiar with Floyd Rose, but that looks kind of funky.
So this switch right here, I can switch it up and it goes into another tuning. And
Really?
yeah, that's why it's so you can do D tuning on the fly.
Okay. Interesting.
But the chances of me finding this guitar, and when you take the neck off, it actually has the serial numbers on it. The chance of me finding this one right behind that one were just slim and none.
Yeah, well, I mean, astronomical.
Yeah. But it was missing its pickup and stuff. I put a Seymour Duncan Blackout in it. What is it? 18-volt pickup in it.
Okay.
And running out of fingers. Yeah, 2 9-volt batteries. And I hadn't used it in a while because it's just really, really like screams and stuff. But yeah, it I like I said, when I need to make a song, like Chad was like, hey, are you going to have a song for this weekend? I pick up that Explorer and hit my Boss pedal. Whatever comes out, I work off of that and then just rip it out.
Yeah, I kind of go in stages where I'll have a favorite for a time, and then I'm just done and I'm moving on. I'm going to one of the other guitars. Like,
Right.
I hadn't played the Ibanez semi-acoustic for. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. It's over here now. Yeah. For a couple weeks because just it wasn't intonating right. So last Friday night, poured a little whiskey, got out my tools, put it on the kitchen table, and got it playing right. And just had to move the bridge and everything. And now it plays in tune the whole way across. And now it's back to, I'm really liking that guitar again. And I'll go through stage where I play nothing but my Strat. And then, again, there's some songs, like I'm doing some country flavored stuff right now. And this Ibanez and my Tele are perfect for those.
Right. I haven't pulled out my Strat, and I don't know when. I don't even know when. It's probably been a year and a half.
Yep,
or
I
so.
keep mine handy.
I do need to get a good bass, though. My bass is really lacking. I only have one bass. I've got to get a better one.
Yeah, I think Dom, because he works, one of the companies he does accounting for, they're a sound provider for big churches and everything. So he's got accounts with Audio Technica and a bunch of other Bose and other companies. So yeah, if Dom can get stuff. I mean, if Sweetwater or anybody has to stay in business over what I spend, they're in trouble because I just don't. I've acquired all the guitars that I love since literally my oldest guitar that I have currently, I bought brand new in 1980, and it's my 12-string Yamaha. And I just, if I love the guitar, I keep it, and if I don't, I move it on. And I've moved on a lot of guitars over the years, mostly basses. Basses, I'm very particular on those, and now my favorite bass got stolen, so that one I didn't move on from choice, but I wish I'd kept my EBO. I had a 71. It was the only year I think they made it 70 or 71 that had the slotted headstock, and it was kind of that SG shape, a medium scale bass, but it was just fat and funky. And it was a cool bass, and I'm just, but I was getting other stuff, and I traded it, and I kind of wish I'd kept that one. But that's the only one that I moved on from that I kind of regret.
I've always wanted. Have you ever played on one of those Kramers with aluminum neck?
Yeah.
I've never played on one. I've always wanted one. Yeah.
I didn't love it. I mean, I just didn't love the feel of the neck. They were fine. I mean, it was a good gimmick and everything, but they didn't do it for me personally. And again, I'm really particular on those. But I've played Well, up until every bass that between like 1980 and probably 2005, I played every one and just tried it just so I would know. And you know the Dan Armstrong, the plexiglass acrylic
Yeah.
clear basses. I mean, it was like playing a piece of Formica. It was fun to look at, but that was the deadest bass I've ever played in my life. I thought it was trash, but
They taste funny.
I played it.
They taste funny, Chris.
Yeah,
Did you ever taste it?
I did not. I did not taste it. No,
Yeah.
I played it.
You seen the teeth? Like the first guitar I brought up had a teeth mark in it where someone chewed on it. Some show. I think I hit somebody with it. They just don't do shows like they used to.
No,
Guitars and boobies is what Southern Sound says. There's Chad. Everything was going so good, and then there was Chad.
what are we?
But
motorboating?
you know what's weird? I've been looking for. You see this mic screen right here?
Yeah.
This little thing. So I was looking today, and I thought they would have had one. I want one that looks like a booby. But I couldn't find one anywhere on the net. I'm probably giving away a good idea here, but so they said they would make two for me for $25 and custom make them for me. So I'm looking.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you know, and then I'm gonna have to get a new mic. That way I have two mics up here. You know?
Yeah. Hey, double your order and I'll go in with you.
and I've been getting weird stuff lately. Look at that microphone. Have you ever seen a microphone like that?
I have. That's a little odd. So it's a dual.
It's a realistic. And I was like, it doesn't work. And I was like, well, I'm gonna look inside of it and try to see if I can make it work. And I started taking it apart. It has a battery inside of it, and I changed the battery, and it worked like a clock.
Well, you know, Realistic was an actual sound company at one time.
Yeah, and then there's that one, so I figure if I go full Elvis, I'll just have to break those out, man.
There you go.
But
I'm such a, I only like two kinds of mics. I like Beyerdynamics and I like Shure 57s and 58s. And I mean, there's lots of other great mics out there, but those are what I know. Those are what I've used for years. I know what they sound like. I know what they can do. Done.
Well, I'm using a 58 here now. I got some wireless 58s, and I was talking once again. I'm talking to my boss today. I got like a $600 wireless 58 system.
Mm-hmm.
But if you set down your cell phone between the receiver and the mic,
yes,
and the cell phone gets a message, you will actually hear it come through the amp and go. And my boss was like, "You have to like tune in the frequency better and stuff." And I'm like, I'm so over it.
Yeah, those things are a pain in the ass. I loved wireless guitar back in the day, so I wasn't stepping on the cables, but they're a pain in the ass.
You didn't jump around like Eddie Van Halen just a little bit?
Oh, I absolutely. I ran up and down and sideways and all of that. I'd go out in the audience. Yeah, why not? I mean, again, we're talking early 80s, right?
Right. I remember I saw Dimebag Darrell the first time that he did Psycho Holiday. And it was going, we're in this little club, and all the power to the club goes out. And we used to just get totally ripped and drunk and just totally ripped. And we're like, what happened? What happened? Then all the lights and the power comes back on in the club. And he is standing on this little bitty table in down with us on this little table with whiskey on it. And he is on the table jamming Psycho Holiday on the table. And only a drunk Dimebag could stand on a little table like that. I mean,
yeah,
it's little.
I mean, I see internet girls do it every week, and they always fall and die.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he was and then he jumped off into the pit, then ran and climbed up off the pit back up on the stage. It was like, wow,
that's crazy.
And and believe it or not, back then I was like, who is this dude?
Well, I mean, nobody knew until you knew.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. I wished I would have known when I didn't know. you know, but it was I need to work on my table stance. You know?
Yeah. I know what my table stance is. Don't get on the table. It's a long ways down, and I don't bounce as good as I used to.
Yeah.
To your yes, in the studio I've used really good mics, but again, I was doing live stuff, and I wanted stuff that worked and that my dipshit roadies wouldn't break every other week. So
Yep.
so
Yep.
I went with the old reliables.
I can't. I got a 57 around here somewhere. Here it is. I got a 57. It has people's names carved in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I mean, that's been dropped
100.
dozens of, yeah, and it's fine. It's bulletproof.
It's been thrown. It's been
Yeah.
thrown.
Yeah.
But I've had it for God knows. But and that's why I use Shure, because you can just put them through hell and they keep working.
They're gonna keep working. Yep.
So
Yeah, that's it. Again, if you have an actual studio, other mics would be nice, and I'm sure I will buy a nicer recording mic, because I was looking at I don't know, the Canadian guy that always yells. I can't think of his name, Glenn, whatever. But he was
Ron Adams.
No, he's the studio recording guy. But he was reviewing a mic, and I thought, this is really nice. And I mean, it's was a dual pattern, and I'm like, and he's getting great sounds. I thought that's fantastic. And then it's like $4,000. It's like, yeah.
Well,
Guess
now,
what? I'm not good enough to spend $4,000 on a microphone.
I have been thinking about this, Chris. I've been thinking about taking another 57 or 58 and putting next to this one and putting a different effect or a different sound on that mic. Just because I can.
Yeah. Got to watch the phasing. That's the only.
What do you mean?
Well, because they can cancel. They've got, if they're out of phase with one another, and there's a trick to it. But when it's not working, you'll know it, because you'll be playing along and then it'll really dip out. It's like, what the hell's going on? They're out of phase.
Well, I could use that.
Yeah,
word.
Glenn Frickard. That's what I couldn't think of his last name. Frickard. Yeah, so he's always yelling about something. He's entertaining. I think he's full of shit most of the time, but he's entertaining.
Yeah, I've seen, my boss was he's a big AKG guy, and I'm just like, or AGK or something. I don't know. And I'm too rough on everything I do, and they don't look like they're made to handle what I do.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Crimson Crux is here. Hey, Nathan, how are you, man? Good to see you. Up late. I guess the cats are giving him some respite. Not terrorizing him currently.
We were talking about you today, Chris. Me and Sunshine was talking about you. I was like, you ever notice Chris, when he does his cooking, he just like, I mean, it would be a big deal for us to make like a pot roast on the grill, but we're like, yeah, Chris is like, I'm going to make a roast on the grill. I'm going to wrap it in bacon and inject it with cheese. You're just like,
I like to have fun cooking. That's that was one of the things I was going to get to tonight. Thanks for the reminder. We know each other in this way, but we all have outside interests. I'm a big history buff. I study a lot of history. That's fun for me. I'm really into cooking. It's fun for me. And, what I do for a living is a lot of people's hobby. So I'm in the hobby business. So my other hobbies don't have anything to do with what I do for a living. And I just find cooking fun and relaxing. So, and it's fun to try new stuff and see if it's tasty or the home chopped, where it's like, oh, this is all I got in the fridge. What can I make with this that's not going to suck? That's always kind of fun.
We've just gotten to an age now that we're like empty nesters. We go out and eat nearly every night. So we've gotten into that foodie thing. I don't know if you've ever gotten into, have you gone to this restaurant? Have you gone to this restaurant?
A little bit. I like eating out to a point, but it honestly, it got to the point where my wife was fairly frequently saying, because her tummy's a little tender in some ways, and she goes, I'm sorry, but we just, spent $300 on something that I think you could have made better at our house.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. That's flattering, but you're paying for the ambiance and everything, and I don't mind doing it, but I don't enjoy eating out as much as I used to because the experience has gotten a little uneven. When it's great, but there are other times like, I dropped some coin on this meal and it just wasn't that great.
Right. Well, and
that's
that's
always disappointing.
There's a place here that's a Mexican food place, and it's called Desperados, and it's delicious.
Nice.
But me and Sunshine are not going to go in and eat for anywhere under $100. No way. And I mean, and that is, that's a lot of trips to Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's right. You can say, well, that's what they were having a commercial on for Taco Bell, and it was some box or something. I went, wow, man, it's gotten $7. It's getting expensive to have diarrhea.
Right.
I don't get it.
But then I got that, what was that one thing I got? I got sick from going to a very expensive restaurant.
Well, it can happen, man. A lot of times their staff doesn't.
Salmonella. I got salmonella from going to and I mean, it almost took me out.
No, I know. You were really sick.
Yeah. And I mean, I paid a lot of money to be really sick.
Yeah, that is not good.
And of course they told me, you could have got sick days ago. I'm like, yeah, no, but I got sick immediately.
Yeah, and that's when it's bad. Hey, it's our featured artist tonight, Blue Gubrious. So I'm glad you're here. Everybody's been enjoying your stuff. I'm going to fire up one of your tunes right now, Blue. Let's do it. Let's share one. This is a song called Outback.
At the back door, why is this happening to me? What has happened to my shore? It's just like seen on TV. Down the line, it's not fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Down the line, it's not fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Shocked by the way down low state. Is this what it means to be free? Boogeymen are not only out late from the top down in D.C. Down the line, it's not fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Down the line, it's not fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. One day out front from the clouds, light will shine in the dark. No more monsters coming round. No more biting dogs or even bark. Overjoyed by the sight of sunrise. No more plague to infect me. Try a revolution on yourself for size. No one out back behind me. Down the line, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Down the line, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
right, just fantastic.
That's freaking amazing, man. That
Yeah,
is so awesome.
Yeah, no, this dude is good. If you guys are not subscribed, hopefully either DJ or Camila can throw the link again. He's got songs for days, and they all sound like that, folks. And we'll play a couple more before the night is over. But big Lugubrious fan, just got it going on.
Yeah. Is that a full band or is that just him?
That's him.
Oh,
That is,
smoke.
yeah, right.
Holy smoke.
Now, I got one queued up that we'll play here in a little bit. It's his family is talented too. He's done some stuff with his daughters, done some stuff with his son. The one I'll queue up is one that he did with his son. So yeah, they again, there's a lot of talent over there. It's good stuff. And again, introducing you, Blue, to some new. You'll have some new fans before the night is over. Because why wouldn't you go over and sub up to Lugubrious? And again, look up that word and then look up the variation of that word because his handle has a very rich history behind it. But I'm not going to give it to you. You got to work for it.
It's one of the cool things. So many different kinds of music and different musicians. I'm very easily influenced in the musical genre. And that's one cool thing about being in this community. It just melts into what I do. I'm not trying to take anything that anyone's doing, but I mean,
well, you get influenced by hearing good stuff. You
Right.
How can you not?
Right.
And I totally get that. It's still, it's going to go through your filters. Things are going to come out sounding like you, but I've listened to a whole lot of really good music in the 70s and 80s, and it percolated through me, and now I'm getting that second wave of listening to good independent musicians.
Yeah, I've been trying to get over that sounding like me thing.
I don't want to sound like me. I want to sound like somebody else.
I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, I'd like to sound like somebody good, but but here I
They
am.
ask what genre of music when I go to post stuff, and I mean, what would you say? What genre of music is it that I play, Chris? What is that?
Pole vault.
What the hell is that? I don't.
It sounds like you. I don't know. Well, I don't know what you'd call it. It sounds like you.
I think is there a high guy?
Yeah, maybe.
Genre?
Yeah.
I
It's like I got a little stoned. I went to the studio. Here's what you got.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened.
Stoned in the studio could be a genre.
Yeah, that's what a friend told me. A friend said that.
It could happen. Again, I have made no bones about the fact that I don't do this all the time, but occasionally, get a little whiskey in me Friday night and just see what happens. Just see, because you get out of your ruts and your patterns, and we all know the same scales and we all play the same licks in it. And sometimes if you just get into a different headspace, you can play something different. So you never know.
It seems to be whatever mood I'm in is what comes out of me at the time. It's hard. Like I just put in a car battery right before I came in to write a Halloween song, and it was kind of hard for me to be like, skip skiddly doo, gonna go out and trick or treat.
Yeah.
Like, gonna go out and like put in the car battery.
Hey, you should have licked your fingers and grabbed the battery, and
Well, I did put the jumper cables to my chest, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, well, I mean, what you do for thrills, that's your business, man. We don't judge here.
Look. If Sunshine was watching, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not weird if your wife's in the room, okay?
I have no comment to that. I just don't.
Look at me on this exercise bicycle, Sunshine. No.
Yeah, they're talking about Crimson Crux being on Lori's show the other day, and now sadly, if you guys haven't heard, Lori really needs back surgery, and she was supposed to have it yesterday, and they postponed it.
Oh, no.
Well, and what's going on with the hurricanes, it wiped out the supply of fluid IV fluid. So they're basically saving all that they have right now for traumas and elective surgeries, depending on where you are in the country. They're holding back until they can get the supply up and running. So, this hurricane stuff was bad news, folks. North Carolina is really hurting, and parts of Tennessee, parts of Georgia, Florida, of course, got hammered twice. And I mean, I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but they're used to it, they're prepared for it, and the Milton did not hit land nearly as strong as they thought it might. So, there's still power out down there, and I mean, Duke Energy is down there working 24/7 to get people's power back on, but they got off much easier than they might have gotten off. So, but yeah, North Carolina is really struggling. And
yeah, my son's on the Air Force Base there in Georgia, and they were down, and they were down for over a week.
Yeah,
so it is rough. It is rough. I mean, when the power is out on an Air Force base, it's rough.
Yeah, exactly. Because the military is used to, okay, other people are going to shoot at us and we'll lose power. We know how to get it back on. But when,
yeah.
So it's bad when they can't get the power back on.
I really hope that Lori gets the help she needs pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully they can reschedule it soon.
Because I know it's been going on for a while.
Oh yeah, like 8 months. She's been in a lot of pain. She's tough gal. Most women are. Most women are tough as hell, and she's sucking it up and getting on. But at some point, especially when your back is bad, it just makes your life miserable.
Yeah, Sunshine says I'm a big baby, so I'd probably be.
Yeah, well, it's situational toughness.
Yeah.
I was always a big baby going to the dentist. I've gotten a lot better. Not such a wussy anymore, but
that still gets me. When I have a toothache, I'm gone. I am gone.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel fortunate that I'm built the way I'm built because I don't have back problems. My knees are, well, for playing football and hockey as long as I did, my knees are great. But, they got a little arthritis in them. They're a little creaky. At 62, I'm not doing bad. But having back problems is miserable because it affects everything. And so hopefully they get a supply in and get her fixed up quickly. And, that it goes, it's amazing what they can do anymore.
I'm kind of aware of it. I had my back broke. A guy was driving while I was sleeping in the front seat, and I broke my back going over the seatbelt, and then my face went into the front glass, and when I came back down and woke up, there was just cherry blood on the glass, and I was like, wow, it's a good thing I was drunk.
Yeah, may have. Yeah, but that's not
they
good.
Actually said me being asleep and drunk let my body move better, and I'm like, yeah, it moved right into the glass. Good thing I had my seatbelt on, I guess.
Yeah. Concrete work that's friggin' work. People that do concrete are badass. Just plain. But to answer your question, DJ, they stink right now. The goalies stink. The defense stinks. The offense stinks. And the coaches are like, we're telling you what to do and you're not listening, so I guess we stink too. But 0-4 set the NHL record all time for most empty net goals to start a season. So the Avs are not off to a good start. They'll figure it out. But I was a little circumspect of how they were going to do this year to begin with, and it's like I thought.
That's about the only pro sports that me and Sunshine go to watch anymore.
Yeah, I love hockey.
Well, and it's not even about the game; it's what happens in between the commercials. I'm sure you've gone to a few games,
Oh yeah.
and you know my team, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, I do. That's right.
yeah,
I sure do. I love the Stars.
and I
Bastards.
mean they get rough, dude. I mean it's like wrestling on the mat when commercials are on. They're out there just beating the crud out of each other.
Yeah, it's a badass game.
Well,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know that goes on unless you go to the live game.
Well, you need to go if you're not a hockey fan, go to the game because you'll go, oh my God, I can't believe how fast these guys are. And they are, skating 25 miles an hour and hitting each other with full force on a razor sharp blade of steel that's a quarter of an inch wide. Their athleticism is amazing. And it's a beautiful game. I love it.
And they punch each other in the face a lot.
Occasionally. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Hubs knows. I mean, he's Canadian, so.
I had a beer taken out of my hand one time by a hockey puck, and I mean I didn't even see it. I was watching it and didn't see it.
Yeah,
That's how fast the puck was going. I was just like, choo, and my beer was gone.
Yeah, well, luckily you caught it in your beer and not your face.
Well, it was the beer wasn't that good. They serve Natty Light here.
Oh my goodness! Well,
is that like the
yet another reason to hate the Stars? We got all the good Colorado beers here, which based on the way the Avs are starting, you need a lot of beer. Although they also serve, I know where the Jameson stand is. I know where the Breckenridge whiskey stand is, so I can find whiskey at the game.
What?
Oh yeah,
they have that at your games?
Oh yeah, our concessions kick ass.
Man,
Smash Burger, we got it all, man.
I mean, we got good food,
Nah.
but they can only go to beer. And not good.
That's
beer.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting here like you're getting Jameson at the hockey game. I don't know how well that would go over here. The parking lot. The parking lot would be fun.
Yeah. There you go. Don't drink Natty Daddy.
It gives me such a headache.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, again, I'm not a beer guy, but if I was gonna drink beer, I wouldn't drink that beer.
It's kind of like being in the desert. It's all there is.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
I need to bring my binoculars, and open them up and.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, they patch you down pretty good anymore. I don't think you could do that.
Oh, we used to do that at the high school football games. I think half the stands is.
Oh, well, that's where my brother went to school, School of Mines. You bring a keg into the game. That's what the students do.
Yeah.
That was fun. I poured myself to his dorm a couple times when he was in school there.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
I always hate the bottom of the keg. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a little rugged down there. And this is a good question. Has Gary's wrister improved in season 2? Well, we'll find out this Friday for the House Wrecker Volume 53, his second year, folks, of standing out in the parking lot in Canada and playing heavy metal and shooting ice pucks when he's done.
It's amazing. It's amazing how good he is with those ice pucks.
Well, it's genetics. He's Canadian.
We had to get Axe out there out in the parking lot with him.
Yeah, with an Avs fan. And well, 25 years ago, there was no such thing as an Avs fan.
Axe can be the goalie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd be the goalie. That's what I played. I love playing goalie because I like things hitting me. I played football and played hockey goalie because I'm weird.
Yeah, we didn't have much ice. There was my son played roller hockey. Yeah, I don't know if that's the same thing up there where you're.
No, it was up here for a long time, but everybody moved to ice. I ran the roller hockey league for the city of Aurora for 10 years. And I mean, we had hundreds of kids doing it.
Really?
And they all they moved over to ice.
Wow.
They got a couple more ice rinks built up here. And so they all just played ice hockey.
How'd that go for you, Chris? I've never seen so many parents fight as that?
It wasn't bad.
Did it ever happen? It seemed like every game that my son would go to, there would be some parents get
we
into it.
we kept a tight lid on things because if you it allowed things to escalate a little bit, and I refereed a lot of the games, and so it's like, yeah, we're not doing that, guys. This is my rink, and you all can go home,
Right.
and the cops are on speed dial, so just let's understand what's going on here.
You had to run it tight, huh?
Yeah, we kept it tight. We had very few problems. It was a great. I mean, the city built us this fantastic facility with 2 big outdoor rinks and everything, and it was great. And again, it was a wonderful program for a long time. But they kind of moved on, and so they converted one of the rinks to a soccer, which is it's popular, and the other one just is still there for if anybody wants to go out there and just play.
So is it still a roller rink?
Yeah,
Roller
yeah, they're
rink?
both still rinks, but they put AstroTurf in one of them for soccer.
That's where all the debauchery used to go on when I was a youngster at the roller rink.
when you in junior high, yeah.
Yeah. I was a big fan of the backward skate. They'd be like backward skate. I'd be like, okay, I'm coming off and just looking this way.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what Dog Paw is scolding people about tonight.
Doing adult things, I think.
Yeah. Again,
I haven't
adulting is overrated. I've grown old. Obviously, I'm never going to grow up.
Yeah.
Why would I?
Yeah.
Adults are boring and suck.
I'm still the kid that was playing with the Hot Wheels. I got like glow in the dark Hot Wheels sitting around.
Oh yeah.
It's a 280ZX. Woo. But the thing is I think I was a adult kind of child, but yet I'm a childish kind of an adult, because even when I was little, I was like pole vault and like a dirty kid. I was that kid, where I'm like, wham, I'm driving my car up to my house where like there's a bunch of chicks in my house, and
Okay.
even when I was little. So I think I peaked out when I was about 10 or 11. The dirty jokes were just flowing like a river.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah.
Well, I thought G-May was going to join us tonight and chat about the jammies a little bit. He said he was coming, but he probably got stoned and forgot.
Well, he just harvested. I think he said he had like 50 pounds.
It looked like a friggin', I mean, I'm not a marijuana guy, but I know enough to go, that's a tree.
Yeah.
He harvested a tree, and it's crazy. And,
I was going to come on last week, but it was full up, and
yeah.
And what I've done, Chris, because I know that I'm trying to karaoke my own song, and I took my own song that I just made, and I pulled the lyrics from it. So if
Yeah,
I
there you
get
go.
a few of those, do you think that'll be G-May appropriate? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, especially your own song. That's cool. No, I mean, a number of people do that with their. I mean, our good friend Gary Hubbs plays his own tracks every Friday. It's so absolutely.
Well, I know I came on there and did some karaoke that just went across, and I don't think it got a strike, but I know it got.
Well, and that happens. What G-May is trying to get across to the karaoke guys is get actual karaoke tracks. Don't just strip the vocals off the original music. That's what gets him hammered. You're going to get a copyright claim, and that's okay. But if you're just pulling a lot of the bands, if you're pulling the vocals off and using their tracks underneath, that's where you're getting the strikes. So that's the difference. And there's all kinds of, when I occasionally do a cover, I go to a karaoke site and I yank all their tracks down and then basically deconstruct them. And what I end up with is I use their drums, and I play everything else. I get rid of it. But, but if you use one of those tracks, then you're never going to have a problem.
Well, it also depends on, it's kind of like I'll sing some Doors songs. Okay. And three of them will be like, okay, hey, you know what? This is not seen in Russia. And then one of them's like, hey, this is just not going to make, and sometimes I don't understand that,
It's a little arbitrary and capricious. And Russia tends to be very banny, whatever. You know what? You don't get music, comrade. Sucks to be you.
Well, I think
don't care, but
song there, so
And Tobago is a big banner for some reason.
Tobago,
yeah,
wow.
It's an actual country, but whatever. But you just
girl on Boy Meets World and stuff.
That's Topanga.
Same thing.
Okay, well, see, there you have it. All right. Well, we're getting down towards it. We got to play another Blue Gubrious song, and I want to play this one because this is Blue and Blue Junior. So hold on to your head on this one. Name of this song is Blue Falcon. Blue Gubrious, everybody, with Blue Junior. And good stuff, playing with your boyo.
So awesome.
Yeah, that is great. I was very blessed that I got to play with my son for a long time, and that's a very cool thing to be able to do. So thanks for that. Blue, and again, I think we'll play probably one more before we get out of here tonight. But I definitely wanted to get that one up because I'd seen that one once before, and he'd done one with his daughter, and I know it's on there, but he's got a lot of music on there, and so I didn't find that one. But
Seeing that PRS did not help my guitar addiction. I do not have
yeah, yeah, that's a nice axe, isn't it? I gotta say, back in the day, those Paul Reed Smiths were really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I see Lori over there. Hi, Lori. I hope you're feeling better.
yeah, hanging
We're
in
all
there.
talking about
Hey,
you.
Lori. Yeah, we were talking about you earlier, but everyone was sending good vibes your way and hoping that you can get rescheduled soon and don't have to suffer on a whole lot longer. But I don't know if you've gotten an update from them or if you're just kind of on hold until they. Yeah, there you go. DJ hasn't harassed. I haven't gotten a harassing email from DJ here of late, but last time he harassed me, I gave him what he needed and he went away, I guess. So. But DJ is good at harassing people for the greater good. So we will allow it.
Have you ever played on one of those PRSs, Chris?
Oh, look at that at Tremonti. Okay. We were wondering what it was earlier in the chat. So there you go.
Wow.
Yes. Again, I will go into a music store and there are occasionally guitars that I go, this is amazing, and I'm not good enough to own this guitar. And that was my experience with a couple of those Paul Reed Smiths. Is like, this is a waste.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any
For
of
what, for my abilities, this is foolish.
There's somebody else in the chat that has a guitar that I drool over. Hugh Caldwell. He has a couple.
Oh, he's got some great axes. I was drooling over his Dobro the other day.
I'm all about that Charvel, that snakeskin Charvel.
Oh, that thing rocks.
Goodness.
Yeah, he's used that on a couple of songs that I've done with him, and that is a sweet sounding axe. But again, it's all in that dude's fingertips. I mean, you could put him on the Walmart special, and he'd sound like $1 million. That dude can play. And again, I hope he's. Oh, see here, hi Hugh. See, look at that. We're talking all nice about you, and we didn't even know you were here.
When I seen him, I was like,
oh, I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Well, hi, Hugh.
Special.
Yeah, no, Hugh's good. And yeah, Hugh's having a little difficulty right now, too. So hopefully he went and saw the doctor, I think, today or yesterday. And so hopefully they're getting him on the mend and on the right path.
I mean, that Charvel has some really good sounding paint on it.
Yeah, that paint just sings.
My brother actually went to college to learn how to play guitar, and he plays really, really, really good. And I aggravate him all the time by telling him whatever guitar I get, as like when I got a Kramer, I'm like, I can play like Eddie Van Halen now. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I got a Kramer. He's like, I'm like, now I can play like Zach Wild. I got a Les Paul with the pickups. I told Abe the other day, now I can say it to Blue here. I'm going to get a PRS so I can play like Abe on Blue.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, that's what Abe said. He's like, yeah, because that's how it works, Pole Vault.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Just my guitars are consummate with my skill level. So that's
the guy here at the local guitar shop. He said, one of the two things are true about you, son. Either you're a shitty guitar player or you're a guitar collector. I said, can I be both? And he was like, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Well, sometimes when I was up at the Villa Music there in Bozeman, Montana, what was it that I pulled off the wall? I think it was a Taylor. I mean, this is like a $6,000, $7,000 Taylor. And I mean, it was just sung. And I'm like, I'm not good enough to have this guitar. My wife was just saying, oh man, that thing sounds so amazing. I said, you'd be amazed how good it sounds if somebody could actually play. And I'm not that guy.
Lori's giving us a hard time. She says, where's her link? Someone has to be funny here.
That's why you don't have a link. Just saying.
Got me where it hurt.
Yeah.
I think the craziest thing I ever seen was that one time at this Guitar Center, and this wasn't too long ago. A guy went up on the high ladder by himself,
Yeah.
not an employee. Went to the top, and they put the really expensive guitars at the top, and he grabs a Les Paul off the top, and it is probably like a 50s model gold top.
Ooh.
And he fell off the top of the ladder, and I left before the conclusion of what happened, but the guitar was broke. Well, they were at one point, they're like, "Oh, the guitar," and then they're like, "Wait a second, I think the guy's like,
yeah, he's dead. He's paralyzed."
I was like, "Sunshine, let's get out of here. I got my strings. Let's go."
Yeah, that is not good. So, in your face, Lori, check your DM, and that doesn't stand for damn. Oh, got to say goodnight to Room Mother. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
I do like wide, thin necks. I agree with Blue there. I love wide, thin necks on guitars.
I like a little. I like a little more roundness in the back. That for me personally, not baseball bat.
Are we still talking about guitars?
Yes. Let's say yes.
Well, like I said, I learned on that Fender lead. Is a Fender lead, which was really cool. It had a one humbucker in it, but you could switch it to be the bottom of the humbucker or the top of the humbucker, or or the whole humbucker. And and those fit, and it had a super thin maple neck on it, and so that's what I learned.
Well, that's what I had, and that's one of the guitars I divested myself from because I had a custom Telly. Got it from a buddy of mine because he knew I loved Tellys, and he gave me a ridiculous deal on it. And I owned the guitar for a couple of years and had coil taps and everything. And I mean, it was like running the space shuttle. I could never figure out how to tap in and get out of the pickup. And it was beyond my simple bass player mind on this guitar. And it was just one of those guitars that it was a great guitar. It sounded wonderful. It had great sustain and everything, but I didn't love it. And it sat in the stand for longer and longer and longer periods of time. And I finally said, I need to move this guitar onto somebody else who's going to get some use out of it because I'm just not playing it enough to justify owning it. So,
Nat Crimson.
Yeah, we'll see you, Nate. Be well. So I took it and traded it and ended up with the Ibanez semi-acoustic, which I use all the time. So that was a good trade. And
I've noticed that sometimes you can buy the same guitar and it be a different guitar. Like I got a Jackson Kelly. I love it, but I've had other Jackson Kellys I didn't.
Yeah, it's very situational, and that's funny. Can go through and, you can line up the guitars and go, oh yeah, nope. The last time I was up at Villa, and I mean they've got thousands of guitars in this store, and that's not an exaggeration. And it's heaven to go in there, and they've got pretty much one of everything. And one of these days I'm going to find the right Firebird. They had two Firebirds in there, and neither one of them, they weren't quite right. They were good. Loved the sound of them, but they weren't. And of course, I played one at my local music store. It was it was either a 76 or 67. I don't remember. It was one of those, but it was like one of the earlier Firebirds. And it was amazing, but they had the consummate price on it. It's like, I cannot justify this kind of scratch.
Yeah. You says he wants me to have his Charvel. I'm over here like, oh, God. Is oxygen getting thin in here?
Yeah, you all right?
Did you ever get your Chipson?
No, I never got my Chipson.
Wow, they chipped you out of your Chipson.
They chipped me out of my Chipson. Yeah, they really did.
Wow, I can't believe that.
I can. Again, when you get a Facebook ad like that, I thought the chance of me ever seeing anything that wasn't a total piece of shit was zero. But I was willing to, I think I was $38 all in. And so I was willing to take a chance. So I got screwed out of $38.
I got 100 into this one. And the sunshine whips this one around. She's already wrote, and this is one of them. And it's one of the 50s model gold tops.
Yeah.
And it's not real, but you know what? The thing
None
is,
of them are.
but it feels really good. That was the shocker of the thing, and I paid $100 for this one, but I thought it'd be good for Sunshine to learn on. I really thought this would be a good learner.
Yeah.
And I mean the strings are set right down on it, and but every now and then I'll come in here and she'll be dancing around with my one of my BC Riches, and I'll be like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Some of those cheapo guitars are actually pretty decent. There's one channel I'm subscribed to, a fella named Sean, Scar My Guitar, and this guy's funny. He's got a good old boy accent, and he'll find a cheap. His last couple shows where he just found some pawn shop guitars, and again had a Gibson, and he goes, "Well, this ain't real, and it ain't." And he's pointing out things, but he said, "Let's see what we can do with this thing," and had some fun with it. And I guess it had some really good pickups in it. And he paid like $200 for it, and kind of fun.
The pickups. I can tell you from experience that the pickups are Epiphone. The pickups are from Epiphones, and you would almost swear they're Gibsons, and then you start looking tighter and tighter in their Epiphone pickups. So I don't know where they're getting them, but
well, you got to understand. See, in my business, we understand how the train business works. They will make stuff, and then magically more stuff comes out under a different brand, and they're footballing it out the back door.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
China does what China does. So, yeah, I'm sure they're absolutely, Epiphone orders 10,000 pickups or whatever their number is, but 15,000 get made, and then they never get shipped to Epiphone. They just kind of go someplace else.
Well, here's the thing. What I've heard, one of the reasons they haven't cracked down on the Gibson situation is that Gibson is actually selling a buku amount of pickups and parts. Now I wonder why. Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe.
Because I mean, I actually have seen people on YouTube, where they take the Gibson parts and put into the Gibsons, and like I said, I got a Gibson here, and the way you can tell automatically, like immediately, is the Gibson feels like a boat anchor. I mean, it is probably 3 or 4 pounds heavier.
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, my Victory bass from '81 is like putting a couple engine blocks around your neck. It's rock maple, all of it. It is so flippin' heavy. And I'm on one of the bass groups, and we all love our Victories, and we all think that they're heavy as AF because they're probably one of the heaviest production guitars ever made. And they just reintroduced the guitar version of it. So I'm hoping they're going to reissue the bass because people missed out on this. They only built them for 5 years, and I love Gibson basses. And this is the best bass Gibson ever built. And I've owned a Ripper, I've owned EBOs, I've owned Thunderbirds. This is head and shoulders above it. It's a great bass.
I'm not buying another bass unless it's a good one.
Yeah.
And the thing is I sit there, and one of my brothers plays the bass, and he set up this Ibanez I got, and it's a cheapo, but for like what I do, it goes do.
Gotta have a thump.
But the thing is I don't see any use in buying another cheap one.
No, if a good one rolls along, and that's the funny thing for me. Fender precision basses are like the standard. I just don't love them. I just don't. I don't like the way the neck feels. I like the neck on the jazz bass better. But I like the sound of the P bass. I just don't like playing them. So, Mark Hoppus from Blink 182 just issued his signature, and it's a jazz neck with reverse P bass pickups. And I'm going to get my grubby little hands on one of those. I'm going to see if I like that one.
My brother, he's a Geddy Lee. I think he breathes, eats, sleeps Geddy Lee. So he's got a Rickenbacker. And one time I told him I'm not a big fan of this. I think he didn't talk to me for nearly 3 months.
Guys who are into Rickenbackers are zealots.
Oh,
and I'm not a Ricky guy either. I don't. That neck is the baseball-y too. I don't care for those at all. They're very thin width-wise, and they're kind of baseball, and I don't dig them. And plus, I don't. Frankly, I don't love the sound. I think they're a little farty. That may be the minority view, but they're not for me.
It might be the body was so big, man. I mean and I'm a pretty big guy, and the body was big on it.
Yeah.
Just didn't hang right for me, and this would probably kill you, but I think if I could have one, I would probably have a P bass if I run across one, but I don't think that's going to happen just out of the blue.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes they get pawned. People don't know what they are, and
there's just.
And I'll tell you what: if you find a Squier P bass, they're solid. They're
Really?
decent. Yeah. Yeah, the Squiers, some of those guitars are pretty good. Now, again, it's situational. They build some junk too, but I've played a couple Squier ones, and I felt like the one that I tried here recently, I felt like it was a little better than the actual Fender P bass. It felt a little better.
Wow.
I don't think the pickups were quite as good, but
You can always change that.
you can always change pickups pretty easy. Yeah, Hugh wants to give you his guitar. He really does.
Mm. Oh my God, you're gonna make me pass out.
Yeah, don't pass out on the show because I can't revive you. And I'm not giving you mouth to mouth. I'm your bro, but I'm just telling you.
I think I may be getting nuttier as it goes here lately, Chris. Have you seen me on my Saturday streams?
No, I'm always
God,
doing
oh my
other things
God.
on Saturday. Getting crazy.
I-
See, look at this. I called the bluff and she actually did
Oh,
it.
yay!
Hey, there she is.
I want to know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Well, Pole Vault and I are into guitars, so this is the guitar. I should play the guitar porn.
Okay, yeah, guitar porn. I'm
Well-
fucking falling asleep here.
Yeah,
Let's tell
well,
some jokes.
Hey, you're
Yay, pole vault!
you're on the show. There's joke one. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
good.
Lord,
Up late.
What?
you know what the dog said when he got his tail ran over by the train?
No.
It won't be long now.
Oh, fuck. Comedy gold here.
Yeah, there you go. That's not a strong start.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
We're just screwing around. We're in overtime. Usually the show ends at 11 my time, but here we are. We're still yakking away. But why not?
Totally.
Got a
Where's
guest.
Dom?
He not well. He is I mean, obviously it's Dom, but no,
Yeah,
he's
not well.
had the flu, and he's feeling
Waka waka.
pretty yucky. So he's taking a sick day.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, well, you got to do it.
I should follow his lead.
Yeah, stay well.
Well, yeah, he didn't even have a beer today.
Yeah, poor guy. He's probably going to have withdrawals. Well, Friday's tomorrow, so he'll be okay. He'll find a stream and then he can drink.
Okay, so we're gonna plug my Friday show right, Chris?
Yeah, well, yes, the fact that you're here and are in
I'm
fact,
here.
again, I got it in my mind that, well, there's not going to be a Lori show for a while, but that's
I
not the
know.
case. So,
No.
what
Yeah.
are we doing tomorrow?
We are doing prom night.
Ooh.
Come on, you know this. So,
No,
yeah,
you say I
I
know
didn't-
this, but I cannot follow the chat.
I can't
mean,
either.
I mean,
I
it's,
started the chat and I can't follow it.
yeah, it's too much going on. So, no, I did not know it was prom night.
Yeah, so tomorrow night we're doing prom night. So
Oh,
all
God,
the
I gotta get
guys,
a corsage.
a corsage, a
Son of a
tie,
bitch.
a tux, something. What the fuck is the dog paw saying?
Oh, he's trying to throw me under the bus, but nice try.
Okay.
Oh my
So yeah,
God.
everybody dress in your best dress, your best tux, and we're gonna do prom night.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get my mom to come with me. If it's prom night.
Yeah, my mom drive me.
Paul?
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those sad people in high school who their uncle like had to be the prom date or the
Yeah.
mom. Yeah.
Or well, it's really bad. No, it's even worse when you bring your mom to the prom and all your friends are like, "Wow, the lady you're with is really hot," and you're like,
Yeah, MILF.
"That's
MILF.
my mom."
My mom,
Horrible.
man. Yeah, I'll just
Talking
have
about
to
the mom that way.
ask some naive underclassman. Doesn't know any better.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'll go to the prom with you. You stupid, stupid woman. Okay. Anyway. Well, all right. So now we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get
Hungry
on
Eyes
it.
Night. Yeah.
Oh
I'll-
yes.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
Hugh,
that's what.
the prom night song. I said everybody has to pick the prom night song, and Hugh said obviously "Hungry Eyes" from
Yeah.
Dirty Dancing.
There you go. My prom
Hungry
night,
Eyes.
my senior year, and took my girlfriend and everything, and we'd been dating since junior year. And
Your
so I
girlfriend?
so I go home and to change, and I grab what I'm going to need for later the night, and my mother's looking out the upstairs window, and she goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, we're going bowling." Well, I'm carrying a sleeping bag, so she wasn't buying that exactly. And so she turns to my old man and says, "He's got a sleeping bag. I don't think he's going bowling." And my old man is like, he's our kid. What do you expect? So, yeah, we did not go bowling.
Is that
Wow,
what
maybe you
call
did.
that? They don't call you Chris Lane for nothing.
They do
Right?
not call me that.
I think Chris is in the gutter lane.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Did you strike out?
I did not. That was my steady girlfriend. So no.
Oh, so you got
Oh,
the ball
nice.
return, huh?
I- let's just say the shoes
Awkward
fit.
silence.
Yeah. Hello. So anyway, yeah. So this came up in the chat. Have you gotten any word on any kind of reschedule, or that you just kind of in limbo?
Oh,
for your
me? I'm sorry. I
surgery?
don't see the chat. No. So I had to call in today to the surgeon, and they won't know from the FDA until tomorrow.
Okay. Well, that's something.
It's something. It sucks. I was
Yeah.
so
Well, that's the
prepared.
thing. You get mentally prepared. I feel your pain. When I had to have the cancer surgery, it was one of those things. Went in and they diagnosed it and said, "Look, bro, I've got an opening tomorrow because I've had a cancellation. If you want to come, I'll do you tomorrow." And there was no time to think about it. It was fantastic. So I show up the next morning. Boom, it's done.
Yeah.
Waiting and that's miserable. And I feel for you.
It is, Chris. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mind fuck. Yeah.
Well, you got to gear up to go in for any kind of procedure like that. And, especially something on a long term like you've been dealing with. And to have the rug yanked out from under you, not that that's going to do your back any good.
No.
Yeah, that's miserable, and it's patently unfair. Not that anybody can do anything.
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely believe that, yes, get the trauma victims in,
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
save the saline and the IV drips for them, but
Yeah, it's not
been
ideal.
long term for me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, everybody's got really good thoughts and good vibes coming your way, so hopefully that can
Thank you. I'm not
help
even looking
tide
at
you
the
over.
chat.
And doing your show tomorrow maybe will help a little bit. That's a little normal.
Are you wearing a tuxedo?
Oh, I have no idea. No, I do not have. I do not own a tuxedo. This may shock you. I don't even have a tuxedo T-shirt.
That doesn't shock me.
I have none of that. Yeah, once upon a time, and I don't think I have. I had little tuxedo underwear, but I don't think I have those anymore. Nor would I
Underoos?
wear them on the show. No, they were. I don't know. It's some gag gift that I bought.
I got that picture in my mind immediately, and
Yeah, sorry about that. See, this is what happens on the show. Sometimes there's not enough eye bleach to go around, so you're gonna have to bring your own.
I need something.
Oh, you have to come on too. You have to wear a tie or a tuxedo.
I got ties. I just don't have a tuxedo. Maybe I'll find a bow tie.
Boutonniere.
Yeah.
I got so many kids that are getting married. I have to keep one on hand.
Awesome.
Which-
Congratulations.
Oh, I got a lot of kids.
That's what I need
I
is
got
a sleeveless
fucking
tuxedo.
5,000 kids.
right. It's like when like congratulations. Which time?
Yeah.
I think we're fixing to have our 9th grandkid now. So
Oh shit.
I'm not
Yeah, we're
totally
gonna-
jealous.
we're gonna have to take out a loan at Christmas. It's oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah, and the games these days are not cheap.
oh my goodness.
No.
Like you could get Sorry and like Connect 4 for like $2. Now
Yeah.
everything's online and
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they tell me what they want, and they all said this year they all said they wanted tablets, and I told Sunshine,
tablets.
yeah, I said we're going to get them a bunch of aspirin. There you go,
Yes.
knock
I
yourself
got a
out.
tablet for you. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. But,
I love your idea there, DJ, but the chances of me finding one in the Goodwill by my house and one that actually fit my shoulders is about 0.
it needs to be a bright color like yellow or pink.
Oh, yeah, obviously it has to be an obnoxious, that lime green. That was a good shade. Pastel blue. Yeah, there were some
Thank you,
snazzy tuxes back
DJ,
in
I
the day.
didn't even see that.
And try to work this into a mullet.
There you go. Ah. Oh,
I'm
yes.
trying to read the comments here.
Right, reading the mullet or rocking the mullet look. Absolutely, that's 80s all the way, baby.
Oh yeah, business up front, party in back.
Absolutely.
Look at me. I got a party behind me.
Yeah, that's all fancy.
Right?
Nice place.
Grand piano and shit.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out at the bar, me and my guitars and pole vault.
I got Gene Simmons behind me here. He's
Ooh.
Gene
Highlight him, Chris.
Gene Simmons is ready for Halloween.
Fuck,
That's-
what is that?
That's crazy.
Right. He's in disguise. Nobody knows it's Gene.
Yeah, the tongue didn't give it away.
Yeah.
I kind of figured it out.
Sometimes I try to learn things from Gene.
DJ.
That's pretty good, DJ.
and he hangs out with Pearl.
Well, you got shit going on over there. That's
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you've seen Pearl, hadn't you?
well,
Oh,
I don't
we're gonna bring
know.
out
Chris
Pearl.
won't highlight you. Make him big.
No, I don't want to.
There we go.
Yeah. Now he's not there, so that's perfect.
See, now this is
I get it.
she usually only comes on when she sees like somebody she likes or something, but like She might be into Chris.
You're fucking freaking me out.
Hello,
Oh,
Chris.
shit.
Hey, Pearl.
Hey, Chris. You know what?
What, Pearl?
My eyes are up here. My eyes are up here, Chris.
Yeah, look up.
No,
look
no,
up.
they're not. They're right there on your monkey chest.
Dad, you noticed my monkey chest? You know what? I do like your hair there, Chris. I like your hair.
What's not to like? I like yours.
Sexy.
Okay, Pearl, get the hell out. Get your goddamn hands off of me. Quit. Pearl. God damn it. Ow. Get the fuck out of here, Pearl.
That Pearl. Oh, she's a feisty.
Yeah, she's always hitting on people in the chat and stuff. I have to like get her out of here. every now
Pearl's a
and
bit of a hula.
then. Oh, shh.
Hoa.
She likes the guys down at the bingo hall. So that's what she likes to hang out.
Before
Yeah.
you hoa.
Yeah. She
All right,
changes
I'll let
dresses
myself
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let yourself out of that house you broke into. Oh shit, they're not home, are they?
All of a sudden someone comes through the door. Hello.
All right. So until Lori can get medically cleared for surgery, we've got her show on Friday, which is a fun hang. I'm there most Fridays because it's just fun.
Yes.
Just a good time.
Thank you.
And it's important to have a good time. And I'm all about having a good time. And hopefully you
Right?
folks over there are.
Make light of it. Stop
Yeah,
Me?
I'm kind
drama.
of getting old, and when I
Who
see
knows?
Lori's show is so colory. Have you ever
Yes.
noticed it? It's so
What do you mean colory?
it's like you got all these pretty colors going all the time. I may be a little high at the time, so but it's always like last week you had the pink hair and stuff, right? And it was just like
Right? Yeah. Well, that was our
these-
Halloween special, which
These
I
guys
did.
go all out.
I did it 3 weeks premature because I didn't think I would be online, but yeah, we like colors. I have the disco light going on now. You know what?
There you go.
I'll stop my virtual background so I can see the disco lights. But tomorrow night, yes, absolutely. We're doing prom night. Chris is going to be there. We're all going to be in tuxedos and suits and dresses.
Yeah, maybe I can find a tux t-shirt.
see Lori's planning and stuff, Chris.
Lori does plan. She plans well.
Half split.
She's the polar opposite of you and I.
Right. I'm like,
No.
I don't know what I'm gonna be doing in 10 minutes. I didn't even know I was gonna be here tonight. I was like,
No,
Me either.
yeah.
I'm just,
no one
I'm
knew.
just fucking here.
I wasn't sure I was going to be here, but yeah, I was. It's like, well, okay, well, I'll invite some friends.
Like I said, Chris said it was naked pictures in the email. I clicked on it. Next thing you know, here I am. I'm like,
I flew under false flags, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I told a little fib.
who could resist?
Yeah. So there you
Fucking
go.
clickbait.
And DJ throwing links. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Oh, see, I can't even see any of the comments because I'm just looking at our stream, but
Yeah. Well, you can hit the comments bar, and then they're right there on the side, all big and readable.
so Chris,
Yes, Lori.
what I want to play tomorrow night is the hand jive
No.
Okay.
from Greece because it's about prom night, but I don't know if it's going to get me blocked.
Oh.
So can I test it out on your channel right now?
No, but thanks for asking.
It was, I mean,
Dom and I have a really good track record, and you know, I mean,
Mm.
no
Chris
offense,
doesn't even
but yeah,
know it. I've already been doing the hand jive.
yeah. Well,
I'm sure you have.
glad that, yeah, yeah. You're on your own on that one, Mosh.
Ah, damn, I wanted to test it out on something.
Yeah, well, you can find someone else's channel to
I
ruin.
think you'll be okay.
You
I
know,
think you'll be
I
okay.
love Dwight Bailey all day long, but he's never been on the channel either. Because-
I do hopelessly devoted to you, and it goes through.
So I was doing duets, like Grease duets with Hugh Caldwell tonight.
Oh, right.
Ah.
So, Paul, if you can do Hopelessly Devoted to You right now,
Right
I would
now,
love you. Yeah, right now.
what?
Like right now.
Wow. I don't know. Is that okay, Chris?
Go for it.
Okay.
Make him big.
I don't know, this is not something.
You're at a bad start here. Come on.
Yeah,
I was.
he was not prepared.
No, I was
You're
not.
not bad.
I was not prepared at all.
All right, I'll give you the intro.
uh,
Do, 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 do,
Oh, it's-
do, do, do.
how's it go? I am not the first heartbroken. I know I'm not the first to cry. How's that? I
Perfect. That's awesome.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I can't. I'm trying to find the track. I'm like a deer caught in headlights. I was sitting here like you got to.
I mean, Lori will put you on the spot.
I'm just, but
My favorite was last week. She goes, "Hey, Chris plays the song," and so I start playing. And she goes, "Oh, it's 11:11," and then she cuts me off and goes to a video thing, and I'm playing along, and then they come back, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well that's a quarter of my song, but okay,
I actually picked up the song because I was singing it to you Caldwell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had a whole show where I was singing nothing but songs to you.
To me?
No,
no, Hugh.
like hey
I mean,
you.
Yeah, I mean, we know the gag. We started this gag.
Hey, Hugh.
Yeah. It was.
Hey,
That was
Hugh,
really
get
good.
off of my cloud.
Well,
Hey, Hugh.
I'm totally. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning and be like, was that a dream? I was like,
Oh, we're all gonna wake up tomorrow morning and delete this whole fucking stream.
never
The
look back.
replays will be through the roof tomorrow. It's like, wow, how long did they go last night?
Yeah, never look back. That's what I do.
Yeah, Tor Gross will wake up and go, oh, fine, I'm not there. And they go for 4 hours. Pricks.
Had Gene
All
Simmons on the show and everything.
Pearl and Gene Simmons. And yeah, we talked about guitars. And
Wow, how weird is this? I mean, who would have guessed that me, you, and Lori would have been on this stream last week?
no one would have guessed that. No one had that on their bingo card.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Wow.
So
I'm just
but
here to
that happened.
self-promote,
Absolutely. Well, then
That's
we're
right.
all about that. I mean, I would love to self-promote, but A, I suck at it, and B, I don't have anything ready.
Yeah.
What?
I got a lot of stuff in progress, as you know, Lori, but nothing's ready yet. So I
Yeah,
am going
Just
to.
put the fan on. All we want to see is your hair blowing back. Yeah.
Get that fan.
Where's the fucking fan? For God's sakes.
It's below my desk.
Unseen
Below your
wind.
butt.
It's blowing on where I get hot. So here's another one of the fans.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, I
let's put
smell onions.
this one's not very powerful. I bought this one because it's a Dyson design knockoff. I thought maybe it'll be quieter. No, it's not quieter.
It's fucking loud.
Yeah, it's loud and it doesn't move that much air. But other than that, it's great.
It's not even, it's not even blowing your hair.
Yeah.
I hardly ever let my hair down because I always look like that dude from Slayer or something.
It's honestly here for Denver. It's a little humid. So we got a storm moving in, so hair's a little flat.
Stam.
Got a storm coming in.
Stam.
Your hair's a little flat.
My hair is like very flat right now.
Yeah. Well, and that's saying something because that's actual Lori's real hair, which you don't see that often.
Listen, I don't wear wigs in every video, but yeah.
I know but you wear wigs, which is wonderful. And
I love
I'm still trying to find a bald cap that will actually work for me because I'm going to do that at some point. Just
There's a lot of tucking going on.
well, I tried because I'm cheap. I bought a really cheap one and shredded it. It could not hold up. So
You got that mad, huh? Okay.
yeah, well, there's just the volume is pretty considerable. So yeah, I could not.
It's all the relish.
Yeah, it's all the relish and the mayonnaise. That was funny to do that.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
What did I
can't
miss?
Do I have that? I might have that.
He
Show
did his grandma's hair recipe on one
Maybe.
of my shows. It was crazy. I can't even believe he did that.
No, that was
Show
nuts. It was
Show it.
stupid, but it was funny. I'm looking to see if I've got it loaded. I don't
It's
know
a
that I
super
do.
secret to keep your hair, Chris's
Yeah.
hair, soft and shiny.
Yeah. All right. I'll have to.
Wow.
You got to give me a minute. You have to go. I have to go find it. Which
Yes.
I got to find my channel.
And it has Chris naked in it, so it's worth it. It's
Well,
worth
yeah, that part is,
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
try not to get too excited.
it.
Mayonnaise is really good for
All right. What is that? Who's crackling?
fucking pole.
It's not me. I'm not moving. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
It's Dom.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I don't know who that is. Well, and of course now I had to move
E.
my
Urban
mouse, and I
says-
lost my channel.
E. Urban says it was them. E. Urban. He's what's cracking.
Yeah, well,
Crack-a-lacking.
I'm sorry.
I bet.
Chat up, so I can't see what people are saying. I'm just focusing on Chris fucking up.
I tell you, as much money as I put into this stuff, it better not be me and lose my mind.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got
I got
got
a lot of happy hours on this channel. I have no idea where that video is.
well, it was loose. It was on the Monday Night Hangover.
Right. No, I know, and I've just it's somewhere buried on my. I mean, I've got a bunch of 5 terabyte drives. It's on one of them someplace, but
You're somewhere. Well, it's like me looking.
oh
for
well.
Voted to
That's a great
you.
thought, Chris.
Yeah, it's there someplace, but whatever.
That I think that the gist of it, Lori, was that Chris's grandmother's recipe for his hair had relish and eggs in it, and
Yeah,
kind of might not have been for his hair.
it was a good gag.
I couldn't believe it. He dumped relish on his head.
Well,
In the
and
shower.
mayonnaise and lemon juice and yeah.
You did
Hey,
that.
I will go along. Lori, you know better than anybody. I'll go a long way for a joke. And
Yeah, and they always fall flat.
No, this was actually good. He was like,
I'm
wait a
kidding.
minute. This is,
I'm
what
kidding.
was that? What was it, Chris? What did it end up being? Like her recipe for? God, man, I smoke too much.
Yeah, see how you are.
No, that's what a friend said. I didn't do that.
Chris,
Yeah.
are you monetized yet?
No, I'm never going to be monetized.
Oh, come on. Don't be one of
No.
those fucking assholes. It
No,
doesn't
I've no-
matter. Copyright
Zero-
is copyright. Even if you're
Zero
not
interest in it.
I actually
It's not
am
interest,
passing
it's
up
go.
being monetized. They demonetized me. I get to be monetized in November, and I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
Yeah, I just do this to screw around and have fun. And if I got monetized, I would actually have to take this slightly seriously. It's never going to happen.
Not true.
I do miss the emojis though. That was good.
Monetization has nothing to do with copyright strikes or anything. And If
No,
you're
you got to understand my mindset. If I get money for something, I have a different mindset about it. It has nothing to do with that. That's just me. That's all. So,
well, mayonnaise in your hair might get you a couple of cents,
got,
a couple $2 or $3. Why not?
got me a couple laughs. That's all I cared about.
All right,
But
all good.
They said I could reapply, but I don't know. They said like ever since I got demonetized, now I owe them money and stuff, and I'm like, hey, like y'all owe me $18, and that's a lot of copyright. Okay, at 0.003 cents.
yeah.
Okay, $18 is a lot, but like I said, I do miss the emojis. I had emojis.
Yeah, I mean, that could be fun. Hey, there's E. Urban. Thank you for joining us. Where you been, man? Probably working, doing something, but, you missed dad joke moment there. E. Urban's usually got a couple good jokes for us. But,
Oh, dad jokes are great.
they can be.
Thank you for highlighting the comments because I can't see them on my own here.
Yeah. Yes, as a rule, I'm pretty good at this, but I've been slacking the last 10 minutes.
Oh, you're doing good.
Yeah, and what Kurt was saying is Cash App and PayPal. People have been just going
Hi,
straight
Blue.
to Cash App, so that's money YouTube did not get. Ha ha.
Yeah.
But it'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
It
fine.
absolutely will be fine.
It's and like you said, I was driving like a dog when I was monetized. I was out there just beating the sticks for the shorts and the hits and the views and the hours and
Who cares? Yeah.
yeah. Well, I now I don't care, and it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, you can care, and that's okay. But
I'm not bitter or anything. They didn't even tell me why. I still am not clear on why. And they
you're
said,
fucking bitter.
It's your face.
You're a little bitter.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'd be bitter if I was monetized and that got the rug yanked out of from under me. You can relate, right?
They didn't really tell me why. They said it was the lady was like the multi-streaming when StreamYard first came up and we were doing like 10 streams. She said you're copying. There's like multiple copies of shows out there of the same show. And I was like, yeah, a lot of people have that. And they're like, well, you do too. And you need to that. So I was like, okay. And I did.
I don't understand that anyhow. Like,
I still don't. I still don't. But I work in the streaming business on my day job. And they explained it to me. Oh God, I probably shouldn't even talk about it. But for plebs, you can't do that. But if you're like a multinational organization, you can do that all you want to, and they'll still monetize you. So I work for one of the I work for one of the big multinational ones that multi-stream, and they're fine with that. They love them. They said we have a contract with that. We don't have a contract with Pole Vault. So there you go.
All right. Well, see,
Yeah.
arbitrary and capricious, which is what YouTube
thank
does.
you, DJ, for posting the
Curse on
link.
me.
Yeah, DJ is slinging links like a boss. Well, I mean, G-May was supposed to come on. He's been emailing me back and forth the last hour. It's like, I'll be there. I'm coming. Where's the link?
Like I said, he just got 50 pounds of weed, man.
Yeah, we're going to run out of show before he wanders in. But
Yeah, I've been on with Gmate for a couple hours tonight.
yeah. Yeah, you had work to do. See, I got my stuff. I know how this works. I got my stuff done. Send it to him. Like, all right, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm a newbie to that, so I don't know.
Now you're learning. You'll figure it out.
I will.
I think he had buds the size of a baseball bat last weekend.
Yeah, they were pretty big.
What the hell? Chris was like, "That's a tree."
Yeah, I thought it was his Christmas tree at first, but no, it's not his Christmas tree.
That should last at least 2 shows.
Yeah, maybe 2 whole shows.
Shh.
Yeah, I started.
Quiet, everybody. Who wants some ASMR? You want some ASMR?
I'll just leave off the R.
Yeah,
I didn't say that out loud. Oh
yeah. See how you are?
ASMR.
my God! Did I just say that?
I think you did.
I feel bad. Can you
No,
erase that, Chris?
Yeah. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do how we end this show all the time. We're going to say thank you to our wonderful chat for being here. You guys rock. My special guest, Pole Vault. Nice for you to come up. And of course, Lori's Mishmash, we will see them both tomorrow. First, Mr. Vault and his lovely wife, Sunshine Archer, and then Lori's Mishmash and her show.
Yeah.
And then where we go from there, the possibilities are endless.
Hubs.
And then we've got Gary Hubbs.
Yeah.
So yeah, Friday night. If you're not entertained on Friday night,
The house wrecker.
I can't help you. I can't help you. But I'll tell you who can help you is to go out on a bang and a whiz and a kick butt is our special featured artist tonight, Blue Gubrious. And we're going to play.
Hey.
And now, of course, it's so much stuff going on. And we're going to go away with his song, which I want to make sure I got the right one. Yeah, this is one. If this is the song that I think it is, I really dig this one. So, everybody, Blue Gubrious, and thanks for being
I've been
here.
walking down the road.
Thank you, Chris.
Really trying to unload, to throw away. I've been looking at the signs and the radio waves. Didn't used to be this hard in the old days. I've been thinking about the ways to go about, thinking how to clear my mind, to throw it all out. I can't come up with a plan that makes me smile. Just like pulling teeth, it'll take a long while. I need to throw away. I need to throw away. I think I'm gonna need a break. Can you give me one? I am counting with a stake. That's a rare one. Every time I try to throw, I hold on. I can't seem to let go. It just goes on and on. I need to throw away. 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 I've been walking down the road a long way, really trying to unload, to throw away. I've been looking at the signs and the radio waves. Didn't used to be this hard